Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. We're back again for another. We're Taco Bell.
Think outside the bun, see?
Would it be outside the wraps?
No, just outside the bun.
Oh, I cry. You know, Taco Bell would be great right now, but can't eat it.
In your honor,
Domino's
see?
earlier.
Oh, you had Domino's.
Yep.
Pepperoni?
You know it.
That's the way to go. Yeah, well, see, in your honor, I will eat Taco Bell for you.
You know what? I feel like, and you know what, EA? Good for you, because you deserve that Taco Bell.
That's right.
Just make sure you drink your Metamucil, you drink a lot of water before you even touch that Taco Bell, because it's going to destroy you.
I'll be sure to drink all my Metamucil.
Your Ovaltine.
Gotta take my teeth out.
Well, this is the King of Anime podcast, where we talk about seasonal anime and some news and take some questions, and it's pretty great. Some say it's the greatest podcast on the internet. Most people don't know this, however, because maybe 5 people watch us live each week.
It really depends.
Everybody that matters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Decrepit Storm just posts an emoji of a bell. QRW6 says, "What up, KOA? Going to be cutting onions during the JJK review of the podcast."
I have some thoughts about today's
I love
episode.
it.
I will fucking
We
say
haven't-
that right now.
We haven't heard that in a while from you.
Yeah, well, we haven't really had any issues up until now, so...
I need a 5-minute segment to get what's in my heart off my chest.
Okay, I mean, you want to go first then?
No.
You want to save it for last? Okay.
Yes.
You know
Alrighty,
what?
I'll go first and he'll go last.
You know, with because we got I think it was like, because of all the gift subs we got when we did the podcast on the main channel a while ago. You know what we can do? We can get some official KOA t-shirts with catchphrases on them, like "I've got some thoughts."
Spelled THOT.
Yeah. It'll be great. Decrepit Storm says, "I will be waiting for EA's thoughts," as we all will. It's the best part of KOA.
Yeah, I definitely have some today. So be warned, spoilers. If you have not seen JJK's episode, we will go into it for sure.
Yep. It's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be our longest segment this week, unless for some reason we end up talking way too long about why does it say viewer questions? Our news, segue news.
Let's get
Anyway.
right into the news.
Hear ye.
Grand
All
Theft
right.
Auto 6 trailer came out
Oh,
today
yeah.
because they leaked it on Twitter. What
It
a
was-
dick, by the way. Whoever did that.
Whoever did that is being waterboarded as we speak.
Hope it was worth it.
I guarantee you they worked at Rockstar. That, or they knew somebody who worked at Rockstar and they were a friend. They're like, dude, if I show you this, you cannot tell anyone. And the guy was like, okay. And then sure enough, yeah, they, somebody's dead.
Somebody
Like,
literally was killed, yeah.
I
Hang
just
it
don't.
upside down.
It was a day before. It wasn't, and then it's the trailer. Why would you do that? I don't understand.
I feel like we live in a world of self-gratification, just instant self-gratification. And they just wanted to be the one, they wanted to be known as the one that leaked the trailer. Well, now they're dead, so
Yeah, they're fucking dead.
I hope it was worth it.
They called upon Frieren and Yor to team up and kill that bitch.
Oh, God.
They got
yeah,
Gojo.
yeah, they... Yeah. Gojo did some domain expansion as soon as they released the trailer and was like, crush.
What'd you guys think about the trailer, though?
Looks pretty cool. It reminds me of the original one 10 years ago, and I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto 5, because they had a trailer that was very similar, where it kind of like played out and everything, except now it's like more high definition graphics.
Tom Petty?
Yeah, they always have a great soundtrack in Grand Theft Auto, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. It's taking place in Vice City, which is one that hasn't really been played with a lot, because we had Liberty City in like 3 and 4, and then I think 5 was Vinwood, or it was kind of like California, but now it's going to be Florida. When I was watching this trailer, all I could think of was, Satsuki, is this how Florida is? When I saw all the people, in like the mud and everything, I'm like, oh my God, is that Florida to a T?
Yes.
Oh
Anything that happens in the game is realistic.
But of course,
the game isn't even out yet.
It's pretty accurate to real life. Yeah.
Are you guys buying this one though?
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a fan of Grand Theft Auto. I mean, yeah, I hated the fact that we had to wait so long for this, and it's going to be literally 12 years after 5. But 5 was such a good game. I'm definitely going to buy this game. I don't know what to expect, because obviously they didn't show really anything story-wise. All I know is that you get to play as 3 characters again. The first time ever you're going to play as a woman in GTA.
Doesn't she have like a gigantic butt?
I mean, did you see all the twerking physics in that game? I did the strip club and the girls were twerking. The people were twerking on top of the car. I'm like, I'm buying it just from that alone, just with the twerk physics.
It looks in engine too. That's the thing. Like, it looks like it's actually taking place in the game.
Yeah. Rockstar takes their time with games for sure, and this one took quite a bit of time. And they took forever with Red Dead Redemption 2, but it shows. Like, that game is amazing. And story-wise, I don't know how this game's going to be, but I know the replay value for this game is going to be incredible, because I remember when I first played GTA, it's nothing more than just, stealing cars, blowing shit up, and killing hookers. That's pretty much Grand Theft Auto.
It's lovely. I love it. Can't wait to play a big booty female character and shoot dudes in the face randomly and get 5 stars and then like survive for like 20 minutes and then do it again.
And then when you die, you have to waste it in slow motion.
Blow myself up with an ungodly amount of C4 in vehicles.
Oh, yeah. I am interested what the soundtrack will be. That's what I'm excited, just as a person that lives in Florida. I want to know if they're going to do more like local rappers, but it's Miami. I live in Tampa, so Miami is a completely different place. But it should be interesting.
If they have your house in the game, Satsuki, that'll be a nice little nod. Hey, it's Satsuki's house. Let's go to his crib.
I would need to see Rockstar if they do something like that.
Well, because it's going to be a big game. Grand Theft Auto 5 was, you had downtown, you had the northern part, you had like southern, all different parts that was just really big. This one, they could have something that reminds you of Tampa. Who knows? That'd be interesting.
Everyone, I'm breaking news. We're just getting it in. Yes, it's confirmed. The 3 main playable characters in GTA 6 is KOA.
I knew it.
If you do not play as me, because you're just going to be in the room all day.
If you play as me, get ready to have an immaculate beard. That's all I can say. And if you play
just gonna
you
be an
play as
anime.
C the whole you play as C the whole time, all you'll think about is Vladilena and then your massive erection just knocking stuff over.
It's never happened, not even once. These allegations, they're ridiculous. They keep happening. I don't know why. I think it's time to pursue litigation of some kind.
Oh,
Maybe
good
I
stuff.
should. Maybe I should get the assassins that killed that one guy for leaking GTA.
You afford them? They're probably better assassins than the one that we seen in Kenshin. Honestly,
Yeah, they're probably. Yeah, you're right. They probably cost way too much.
The guy was in his fucking room smoking a cigar going, I did it, boys. I posted it. And the second, like, he tried to put his leg up, he's just like, one leg, second leg. As soon as that happened, just choked.
He's just oh.
Fucking Batman comes out of nowhere. Punches him in the face.
Answer to me.
I am vengeance. Next up, Dragon's Dogma 2 trailer. Have you guys played this?
I've never even heard of
Wait,
it.
wait. Sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
Dragon's Dogma is like Dark Souls mixed with Zelda, mixed with like
It's a trailer.
sort of like Devil May Cry. It's open world. You can like slay dragons, of course. You can do anything in the game.
It has sexual themes. I don't want to watch it.
It's made by a Japanese studio. I'd say if you like Dark Souls, or if you don't like Dark Souls, this is a good alternative either way. This game's going to be big. So that's the reason I want to just mention it here, because it was just announced. Trailer looked really good.
It actually, it does look kind of good.
Yeah, this game is going to be huge.
You can ride a dragon.
And the first one is pretty niche, but the second one, it absolutely is going to just blow up the internet.
You can have sex with bears.
You do tons of stuff. It is sort of like, yeah, I guess it is sort of like Baldur's Gate-y in terms of how much stuff you can do. I don't know if you can have sex with bears, though, but you can create your own character. You can explore the world however you want to explore it and play it however the way you want to play it. I mean, you can do like the thing in Oblivion where you can shoot like an arrow up in the sky and just wait for it to come down. Like it's complete freedom. So, yeah. Just wanted to mention that in case any Dragon's Dogma fans out there. But
nice.
Our next news topic is by somebody else.
No, what is this doing here? This ain't me.
Might have been me. Bunny Girl Senpai has been greenlit for anime adaptation for a new arc. I haven't watched Bunny Girl Senpai past the first season. I've never watched the movies or anything else that may be out regarding Bunny Girl Senpai because I didn't really like it. But for anybody that likes Bunny Girl Senpai, you will see your girl animated in her rabbit tail in all its glory, or whatever the hell she does in that show.
The show is so overrated.
If you would have told me, that the show that we did as a podcast many years ago would get greenlit for multiple movies after the first season, I would have said you're a damn lie. I just can't believe it. I know they made one movie, and we actually saw it and covered it on my channel. But then I think they made another movie. I didn't watch it. And now they're making another damn movie. And I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, I can't watch this new anime. It's called the University Student Arc, which is a shame because that is unique. Like that's like one of the literal, probably the only on paper semi-decent thing about Rent a Girlfriend is the fact they're actually adults. which somehow makes it worse somehow. But this show is just, in my opinion, this show is just like a 6 or a 5. It's carried by its animation and its art, and its story
the best girl.
Its story is pretty bad. It doesn't make any sense, and it tries to be more deep than it actually is. I don't get it. The first 3 episodes were good, and season 1 was okay.
It pretty much peaked after the first 3 episodes. Then after that, it was just bad.
Yeah, there was some fun stuff here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty boring in my opinion. It's just one of those. It feels like it's one of those, like, it appeases a certain person that doesn't want to think too deep, I think, and maybe wants to get more immersed into, like, oh, I want to be in that world, sort of kind of thing. I don't know. I just don't really get the show. But that's just
all
me.
Right. Someone's going to send the assassins after you.
Why me? What I do?
You know how beloved that show is? That's somebody's favorite romance.
Well, maybe the assassin should come for them. They're going for the wrong guy.
Ooh, how much you spending?
Yeah, like $20.
That'll probably get you like some crazy person that'll stab someone with a banana.
I got 20 doll hairs.
Hey, that'll get you something good.
Unless you're doing voodoo, I don't know what that's going to do.
You know what they say? Who do you voodoo, bitch?
I think you just made that up?
I did it actually.
Right. What isn't it the voodoo that I do?
No, it's from Dead Island, the first one, in the opening.
Oh,
where he's
God,
like,
it's been forever.
It's that rap song or whatever, where he literally says, "Who do you voodoo, bitch?" And that's like the chorus.
I love how that first game was so freaking hyped after the first trailer, and then the second game comes out and literally no hype whatsoever. It's just, yeah, here's the game, enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that game was in development hell. Apparently, it's really good too. That's the thing. So
that's a shame.
I want to play it eventually. It sold really well.
Oh, that's good.
So it's probably getting a third one. I hope it does. Next up, Jump Festa. It's happening December 16th and 17th, and this is just, to remind you guys it's happening on that day. And this is where all the big announcements is going to happen, all the updates, all the special stuff. We're going to get stuff from Haikyuu, if you like that, JJK, Blue Exorcist, The Prince of Tennis, My Hero Academia, Kaiju Number 8, Rurouni Kenshin, Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, One Piece, Blue Box, Demon Slayer, Dandadan, Mashal, Undead Unluck, The Elusive Samurai, Mission, Yozakura Family, Gintama, Bleach, World Trigger, Dr. Stone, Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku, Ran Kamanohashi, Deranged Detective, and 'Tis Time for Torture Princess. That was a title. Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable and Chained Soldier. There you go, Satsuki. Weekly Shonen Jump Stage, Witch Watch, Red Cat Ramen, Sakamoto Days, 2.5 Dimensional Seduction.
Sakamoto Days?
Jump SQ Stage, Me and Roboco, Shonen Jump Plus Stage, Akane Banashi, Magilumiere, Magical Girls Inc.
Magilumiere.
That one.
Get it right.
Bokyaku Battery, Oshinoko, a.k.a. Incest is Wincest, Dark Gathering, Musical Moriarty the Patriot.
That's a lot.
We're probably going to get, if I were to hazard a guess, trailer for JJK, probably the final episodes, or the final portion of the season, I should say. Probably a trailer for My Hero and Kaiju Number 8.
Nation video from Mappa. That's what's going to premiere.
You're going to will out a Mappa staff that's disgruntled and clearly angry and tired. Chainsaw Man, probably nothing. One Piece, as we'll talk about here in a second, they're definitely going to have stuff to show there. Demon Slayer, probably. Dan to Dan, absolutely. Probably some Bleach stuff we'll see there. And Hell's Paradise. And then probably some, I don't know, some other stuff. Definitely Oshinoko. That's what I'm...
Yeah, you notice how they're saving that for last?
By the way, I saw the panel that made people say there's an incest arc that's happening. Hilarious.
Yeah, we should drop Oshinoko before we watch it again.
Well, it's actually it's not happening. The whole incest thing, it's a joke. But I thought it was real. Apparently it's not. But like the actual panel is, but it's just like it's a literal joke they do. But it's really funny because the Gremlin girl,
they joke about getting it on.
Yeah, it's Ruby jokingly brings up an idea of like, oh, what if we were brother and sister couple?
Wouldn't that be funny, Oni-chan?
It's funny though because the Gremlin girl goes, wait, hold on, wait a second, let's hear him out, let him cook.
Gremlin girl.
Yeah, the one with the
Gremlin girl.
The one with the horns.
Oh, Meme-chan.
Yeah, Meme. The one who's not really a teenager, but is actually 25 for some reason.
Yeah, Gremlin. That's what we call her. Here at the Sea Tactics. Next up, we got something really cool. The Suicide Squad Isekai anime cast has been announced, and a new trailer. The cast is, of course, Harley Quinn, voiced by Anna Nagase, which I don't know who she voices. Then we have the Joker is played by Yuichiro Umihara. And yeah. I think that's it. Oh, wait, no, there's more. Takehiro Koyasu as Peacemaker, so John Cena. Jun Fukuyama as Clayface. Subaru Kimura as King Shark.
For the English dub, if they don't have Sylvester Stallone as King Shark, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, we got Reigo Yamaguchi as Deadshot.
He was perfect as King Shark. And
yeah, this what did you guys think about what do you think about this casting? These character visuals.
I'm, to be honest, looking forward to the fact that it's a Suicide Squad within an anime. I always thought, well, Suicide Squad now is getting popular because of the movies and such, but I always thought it was a unique idea way back in the day. You know, use villains to basically kind of fight crime and do your bidding via the government program. It's just so devilishly evil. Using it to your advantage. Really cool stuff. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with the anime. Like, I saw a trailer for it. It looked fun. It looked neat.
People going wild over Harley Quinn.
I wish that we could have gotten the original voice actor for Harley Quinn to do the English dub, but she sadly passed away this year. Yeah. That would have been amazing. If she was to say something like Mr. J and all that other fun stuff, that would have been cool.
Yeah, we'll see who they get. Is this like going to be on Netflix? It doesn't look like it. So who knows what the casting is going to be. By what studio, though? That's going to be fun.
They dropped Attack on Titan to make this.
They dropped a lot of stuff. Anyways, next up, I thought this was interesting. The new One Piece arc, Egghead. There's a new art style for it, and it does look different. Looks pretty updated. Satsuki, what do you think about this?
Think about what?
The new
One Piece
art style?
I don't read One Piece anymore. I've never seen it.
Oh no, for the anime.
I've never seen it.
What do you think about it, EA?
I'm a good boy.
I agree.
I'm looking at it now.
It looks fun. I mean, This is the arc where all the villains turn into eggs, right?
It's not even began yet, so we don't know. We don't even know what it is.
Ew. I don't know if I like.
It looks like futuristic.
I didn't like the art style change in the anime from it happened it happened whenever it changed its art style. It happened in the middle. I believe it was in the before the time skip, and it changed its art style, and I never liked it. So changing it again doesn't look like it's going back to its original route, so I probably won't be that big of a fan of it, honestly. But I mean, I've seen some clips of the anime here and there in Wano. I think the animation is pretty good, even though I do think they go a little too crazy with it sometimes. But I do think there's such a thing as like a little moderation in it. Not just for like the sake of not making everything look so flashy, but just for the power scale in the world. But I mean, it's still going to look fine.
Yeah. One of the reasons I think they may be doing this is because they want to treat the anime more seriously. Because like 1,000 episodes, they were like, whatever, just throw like, I don't know, throw 2 employees at it, see what they do. That was it. So kind of exciting. But the final news topic of the day.
I guess something too.
Well, okay, so what do you got, EA?
So this past week, the Godzilla fan base has been eating really good. We had a Godzilla movie called Godzilla -1 that came out this weekend, and it's from Japan. It was made in Japan. And I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see it. It's considered
directed by the guy who did Evangelion, by the way.
No, I think it's a different person.
Is it not?
This isn't Shin Godzilla. That was Shin Godzilla. He directed the Evangelion.
Okay.
If you look it up, like -1 was directed by someone else. Anyway, it's considered one of the best Godzilla movies since the original one, and I really want to watch it. Like, it looks like a full-on remake. It's like a period piece, in the 1950s Japan, and Godzilla looks really good in it. And great stuff. Today, or yesterday, it was Godzilla and Kong. The next movie, The New Empire, came out, and people are losing their minds, going, "Oh my God, Godzilla is running. He doesn't run."
He's
and
woke.
I put it's not woke, but I posted it in the podcast chat for both y'all to see, and I thought this pretty much summed it up perfectly. Godzilla running. Oh my God, how unrealistic! And then it's the old '60s Godzilla. The flying kick, because all Godzilla fans know that he runs and he does stupid shit like that. It's kaiju movies. They're fun, but for some reason people got mad for Godzilla running in the trailer. For some reason, I'm like, really? It's not even that big of a deal.
People need to get off that realism junk.
I agree.
Fucking hate it.
But it looks fun. It looks fun. It's Kong. He's old gorilla. You got baby Kong in there too, so more lore in there. So it's gonna be fun for you Godzilla fans out there. It's we eating good in the neighborhood.
Oh, I should ask as well. I totally forgot about this. What did you guys think about the Fallout trailer, the Boys trailer, which also we're getting a season 5 of the Boys, which is awesome. And then there's another one that came out too that was pretty decent too. The Halo trailer. Did you guys watch those? What did you think about those?
You go ahead, Satsuki.
I've seen none of them.
Okay. I haven't seen the Boys one. I don't know. Kind of tired of the boys, to be quite honest. I've seen the Fallout trailer. Huge Fallout fan. Looks fucking incredible. Everything from the characters, the look, the logos, everything looks good. And I know you've been hyping this up, C, for a while, and you had like behind the scenes photos and whatnot, and it looked fantastic. But oh my god, like I want to watch this now. Like I want to watch it like the second it comes out. It looks so good. But the Halo one, I don't know. To me, that's a wait and see. To be quite honest, just because I was so disappointed in the first one. I didn't even really finish it. As soon as Master Chief took his helmet off in the first episode, I was kind of already pissed. I'm like, oh well, there goes his fucking helmet. Why? If you're not going to take it seriously, why should I? And then I think it was UC that said like the fucking war began because he had sex with one of the aliens.
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's
the Covenant spy.
And that's how the war got.
A woman.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like if you're not going to take it seriously, then I'm not going to watch it. So it does look good. I'll give it that. It looks entertaining, so to speak. But I'm still kind of like wait and see when it comes to that.
They're doing the Fall of Reach for the next season. So, yep. Anyways, final news topic. Code Geass is getting a new series called Code Geass Z of Recapture. Where the hell that means. Why are we doing this?
Is it a sequel?
Why do we exist? No, it's a new anime. It's a new series.
Huh.
I don't care.
I want to say, I mean, I feel like the original is perfect the way that it is, you know. You have that ending that is clearly one of the best endings, not just in anime, but just any kind of media. And just how open and vague and just up to interpretation it is. And now we have another one. Yeah, let's get Mao back and have him do some things.
Mao.
Let's get the cat back so that he could wear the Zero helmet.
Oh god. Why do they do the movie? Why are we doing this? The movie doesn't even matter. Like everyone was like, "This is the mistake. Why are you doing this?" And then they released it, and they're like, "Oh God, we made a mistake." And it's like,
no shit.
Like, why are you going back again? Did we not learn our lesson the first time, old man?
The rent is due.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love black people.
You want another sequel to Code Geass?
It's by Sunrise, too. Sunrise, one of the most talented studios to ever exist. The people that made Gundam and Cowboy Bebop and Love Live. One of those things are not like the other, but trust me, that's a good thing.
Love Live. I was watching some clips of Love Live earlier too, but yeah, no to Code Geass. I don't. God. I'm just glad like my Trigger series they don't mess with those. Fancy and Stalking needed another season, but like stuff like Kill like why would I need another season of that?
It's perfect. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like there's some things that end too perfectly that because it did so well, they feel like they need to make a sequel to it, like they did with Terminator 2. It's a perfect ending to the series, yet they made 6 more. You know, you can never top that one ever.
And then
you can never top capitalism.
Then they were gonna do like, we're gonna like do Salvation. We're gonna have Christian Bale, and it's gonna be rated R, and it's gonna be awesome. And then Fox was like, "Oh, you filmed all of this? Okay, well let's do reshoots and let's make it a rated G movie." What?
Yeah, they were like, I don't know, they got really weird with that movie. It could have been a really good movie when you think about it. You know, like taking place in the future where the Terminators are fighting people, that could have been really good. You could have turned that into a series.
You know, it's funny. Have you played the Terminator Resistance game? Because I recently bought it on sale, and I loved it. And you're in the future, and you're fighting against Terminators and stuff.
I haven't, but that does remind me. I do still need to buy that RoboCop Rogue Nation.
Yeah,
Rogue
same
City.
People that made that.
Yeah, because it shows that they love those 80s sci-fi movies, because that game looks really good.
There's also, and you may like this too, a video game. They just delayed it again because they wanted more time to make it good. And a Dark Fate game, which sounds crazy, but get this, it's an RTS. That sounds cool. And the devs for it, like, big fans. So
Interesting.
I think it's called Dark Fate Resistance, like Terminator Dark Fate Resistance, something like that. That's one I'm excited for. I think that could be the best Terminator game in a while, besides the Resistance. Right. Let's go ahead and let's get into Gargantia, episode 9. This is Satsuki, we have to know your thoughts because this was the episode. This is the one.
This was the episode.
You want to know how I feel about this?
I could already tell just by you, by your presence. But
is it a good thing or not?
Let's hear it.
Get though.
This is probably the best episode thus far. So, first and foremost, it's an interesting direction to take the story. Given the character that we know Leto to be. He went to Earth, formed genuine bond and connections with people, that being Amy, Pinion, and Velos. And most of his life he's been fighting against the Hediots, and obviously he was trained to believe that they're enemies of humanity. So, this whole time he's thinking he's right. And given that he's a soldier, and just with, knowledge of series like Attack on Titan, this isn't that surprising, but it is still a good twist nonetheless. And I just really like the explanation behind everything too. Like, it didn't feel like it was just something that was like supposed to be shocking and that's it. The explanation they give you, like I said, makes sense as to why it was done, why it was hidden from people. And it just made things come full circle. Now, the real emotional part, I think, is going to come next episode, because we already seen Leto freak out, but now he has a whole fleet basically that is dependent on him to eradicate the rest of these well swiz. And now that he knows the truth of what they actually are, he may be completely out of it. Chamber, of course, is a machine, so he's going to do what he feels he needs to do. But yeah, that moment where he finds out they're humans or former humans, it completely broke him. So this was a great episode. Like I said, I really like the explanations of why they changed into these beings in the first place, and how it came to be. Like, all that history was basically forgotten, and now we are where we are now. Yeah. This was pretty great.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw this way back when, 10 years ago. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, because I thought when they were going down that, they were going to clear out a bunch of the Hideos / whale squid. They were going to maybe find some ruins that showed what the world looked like back before, the Ice Age and everything. I did not expect it to be one of those twists. Hideous are people. one of those type of things. I was really like, it's actually really clever because I don't know. There's just that you pretty much said it. The execution of how they did everything was really well done, and for this being an anime original, I know people like to shit on anime originals. They don't know how to write, blah blah blah. I thought this was really good writing, and that they did very well with this. And I feel like this show doesn't get credit when it comes to that. So I thought that was all well done. I thought the flashback with Pignon's brother was also really well done because it showed the whole reason as to why he wanted to go down there to begin with, and just overall. It didn't seem like a what are those things called? Like a dialogue dump when it comes to just getting the information. Maybe it's called information dump. I don't know. Where they just
exposition dump.
That's it. That was the word I was looking for.
I just call it an SAO.
Is that all they do in SAO? Is just exposition dumps?
Yeah, it's like 5 episodes of awesome action, and then Asuna talking to Kirito in a coffee shop for like an entire episode,
and then getting upset whenever she takes off all her back up.
I hate it.
Yeah, that's stupid. But yeah, overall, this was definitely a twist episode, but it wasn't like a gotcha moment type thing. It was one of those, my whole life is a goddamn lie. What am I supposed to do with my life now? But I do definitely think it's interesting how, in order to save pretty much Earth and the Ice Age and basically, Earth's fucked. What can we do with all this endless amounts of money? I know. Turn ourselves into squids. It's funny when you think about it, but hey, they could survive in space. Why not? Yeah, it fucking worked.
Yeah, they got turned into cute little aliens.
Yeah, they looked like the cute aliens from Men in Black. The one that is the little baby. He's like, oh, look at this little baby, and then he throws up on.
And then and then Chambers is like, cute alien spotted, killing it brutally in front of your eyes. Wait, Chambers! No!
That was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was at the same time because he don't care. He's just like, I'm fulfilling the mission.
8,000-year-old cute little alien human.
Yeah, the one alien just pops up and does a little dance. Like what you see?
She's like
got like a GTA stripper. You like what you see, handsome?
He's got like
be gone.
It's got like, I don't know, like a bucket of KFC or like some like really awesome food you want to eat, and Chambers is like, kill it now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, would you like to be my friend? I have been down here for years and I've never met anyone quite like you.
It's doing the Frieren love technique, blowing you a kiss. It's like, wow, this is a pleasant human alien squid whale thing.
Just wait till we talk about that later. But yeah, that was sad. It was sad, especially when you know that alien meant no harm. They were a friendly, cute little alien.
Wasn't her name Elaine?
Ghislaine?
Oh my god, no! I hope not. In the bottom right, when they showed the cute alien, it was it said Elaine Matsumoto. So,
oh, it was Elaine.
Yeah, it was Elaine.
And now she's dead.
Poor Elaine. She was the real MVP of this show.
Showed up for like 2 seconds and she's the MVP.
She's cute.
Also, this kind of explains why there's like a disparity between the what we know as the Wellswiz down on Earth and the Heliox in space, because whereas they had to adapt fighting the Allied forces, these Wellswiz are just living under the sea. Like they're here. I mean, maybe it was some
Under the
people who
sea.
How do I know?
maybe there were some people that kind of transformed last minute just to be able to survive. Everything, the ice age hit, everything submerged, and then they just tried to save themselves basically, and they just kind of made their own civilization underwater. Whereas, like I said, with the other Hidiox, like they're in space and they're having to fight against other people. So, like as they have babies, they're more adept at fighting. Because I think Chambers said something like the Well Swizz had a 12th of the strength that they had in space, and
Yeah.
well, now we know why that's the case. Because if they were already kind of like this predator, like this predator species, they would there wouldn't be like a big gap between their power. But now we know why that is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty pretty cool stuff. It was kind of weird going through, and then you saw those little baby embryos. I was literally like, wait a minute, what? Something's not right here. But then when they played that classified footage that at first Chamber wasn't even going to play, Leto had to say, "Bitch, I am the only person here. Nobody ranks above me. Now play the damn stuff." And he's like, "Okay, but your world's going to be changed." Sure enough, it was.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's just another form of human conflict that's happening. It's just
Yeah.
more war. Just it's taken a different shape and form. It's evolved.
Yeah.
Combat has evolved.
And just like how like most maybe all like military factions kind of work, they suppress the information that they were former humans uh for the reason that we can probably guess, that you dehumanize the enemy to to make the person make your soldiers um in a right mentality to fight them. You think of them as less than humans. We do
Yeah.
that like with like current military stuff. So
Hmm.
it's like the whole why you can't dehumanize them in like literally making them look like monsters or making them become monsters. It's kind of like that whole thought of those guys over there are bad people, like everybody's the villain basically. And that's how things are propped up. That's how the Hediots were, because they originally weren't. They were just people that turn into these things. Um, but they evolved over time because they just kept fighting. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, the little girl and her mother sort of looked a little bit like Amy. So I wonder if that is like her great ancestors.
I was thinking the same thing. It kind of looked like him. I don't think it was supposed to be Amy, but maybe it has some correlation. Or maybe they were just lazy with the budget and they're like, yeah, just draw another short-haired, brown-haired girl.
reuse Amy's design.
Right. I could totally see them doing something like that. But speaking of Amy, I love what you have in the notes here, Satsuki. Bevel's flute playing is so bad, Amy begins to cry at his lack of talent. Is that why, Satsuki? She was crying because of that.
It's like, oh my god, he fucking sucks. I gotta pretend like it's good.
God
Hey
damn it.
Bevel, doing a great job there, buddy.
As she has tears coming in. But why are you crying, sister? Nothing. I just got something in my eye.
It's like when your kid hands you a drawing, you're like, shh, terrible. I got it. Hey, good jobs.
Oh my god. It's so true though. You're like that's something, all right.
Is
Let's
that a
put
foot?
that on the
That's you, Dad.
refrigerator right there.
Oh, right. You don't even know what it is. You try to guess it. What is it? It's you. And you're like thinking to yourself, "That's me."
I thought I was the fucking Slender Man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's great stuff. But yeah, Amy's real. She's real cut up with that flute that he be playing.
Yeah, I feel like the show was like, I feel like the entire reason this show got made by the director and writers was because they were like, because of this. They thought of this and they were like, whoa, that's a good idea. Let's turn that into a series. Let's keep fleshing it out and see what happens.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's crazy because it came out the exact same season as Attack on Titan. I don't know if they have any correlation. Like maybe they were hugely inspired by the manga and wanted to make their own version of it.
Yeah, very Attack on Titan-ish.
Mm-hmm. But I just thought that was kind of interesting how literally the same year the biggest anime of all time comes out. all of a sudden Gargantia comes out going, I'm here too. No one gives a fuck about you. Get back there.
I know the director of it is like a well-known dude. Maybe the producer? Someone on it was like really well-known. Like really good.
Yeah. I heard they made some really good stuff too. I just can't remember the name. But yeah. I mean, I enjoyed
Murata.
this. Ooh.
Yeah, he did. I mean, for one, he worked on Attack on Titan, season 3, part 2, episode 4. He did the storyboards for Vinland Saga's first opening. He did. He was a script assistant on Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. If you love that one. He was the director of Full Metal Alchemist, The Sacred Star of Milos. He did Ico Incarnation, which isn't very good. You know, I'm really not giving this guy enough. I'm just listing off his horrible stuff.
He's a great director. He's made, you know,
he's great.
Magnitude Earthquake 2.0.
Yeah, he was episode director for a lot of episodes in Code Geass too.
Okay, well, I guess it shows. But yeah, overall, like I was saying before, I enjoyed the concept of this series before because of the whole, you know, kind of like a little bit of a twist with the mech genre where, you know, he forms a bond with Earthlings, becomes more friendly with them, and now with this added into it, kind of like a wrench in his whole cognitive just like mindset when it comes to the Hideos. Yeah, that's definitely gotta fuck with him now. Like what does Leto do after this?
Oh, this is a Production IG show, so yeah, no wonder it has similarities to Attack on Titan, because Production IG Wit Studios was a subsidiary of Production IG, or was like a spin-off, and they split off from Production IG to make Attack on Titan. That makes sense. Well, anything else?
What happens from here, Satsuki? Now that he's got literally all this dropped on him.
Well, I think it's gonna be difficult because, like I said, he has that whole fleet. I don't know if there's more whale squids. I don't think he killed literally every single whale squid, but because he has that whole fleet dependent on him as far as killing the whale squid and then basically trying to find more treasure and all this stuff. Which there's might be some valuable stuff down there. I mean, like literally a whole cities were submerged, so there's probably valuable stuff that they could scavenge. But oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's been his whole life, so I don't know how. Like, I definitely think he's going to start to be more sympathetic towards them and maybe question what he's been doing to this point. But I honestly don't know what direction he will step in. It really depends on the people around him. It'll be interesting to see what his conversation with Pinion will be like, considering that Wellswig killed his brother. He has no respect, or he has all the resentment towards them. I don't know if he'll be able to show up that video to them, but yeah, I honestly don't know.
I can't
Guess
remember
we
what
shall
happens
see.
after this.
I think I have a vague realization to what happens, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to say the least.
And we'll see how it goes, I guess. Should be exciting. Let's talk about Kenshin, episode 22, which starts off, ironically enough, with Kaoru saying Kenshin over and over.
She did. Kenshin.
Oro.
Kenshin, wake your ass up! Oh God, okay. I was just having a wonderful dream about some guy I knew a long time ago that won't turn up at all in this episode.
Well, this is the last arc of Kenshin.
Why can't they dream about something that has nothing to do with what happens in the arc? But no, it's always a dream that, and then later on, that person comes back.
I'm having a dream about the strong guy. Oh, the strong guy. Yeah.
Right? Like he can't have a dream about like a threesome or something. He's just like, oh yeah, that's right. Remove the towel. Oh man, evil guy's here. All right, ladies, I gotta go.
We got to figure out what is this guy's deal exactly. Considering his old position, it makes the episode interesting because it seems like him and Kenshin like swap roles. Kenshin being the imperialist and the other guy being, the revolutionary. And now he's seemingly working for the government, taking on assassin jobs, doing evil smirks, beating people up for seemingly no reason other than to settle the score with Kenshin, quote unquote. Don't know what his deal is exactly, but this may be one of the few times that we see Kenshin lose. Maybe not lose the whole thing, but just in one battle, he may actually lose this one.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like there was a couple arcs back where he didn't lose per se, but he definitely got his ass whooped by that really strong general guy. The arc with the railgun.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, there was that guy that really put the hurt on him. But other than that, yeah, I think this is. I mean, he's already struggling against Mr. Chainman, who, as I love how you put it in here, pulled a Frieza, then freaking did a sneak attack on him at the end. But yeah, that he'll find a way out of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that guy's just really nothing.
He's a nobody. One small pull of his fucking lips and his head and everything comes out. Just everything comes undone. Oh, it's gross. But yeah, I felt like this character is more what I thought Spiral Dude was going to be like. But then, Spiral, because his eyes were all fucked up and everything. And Spiral just became more, kind of like a villain of the week or whatever. But now we have somebody who, is undeniably strong. He stabs poor old Sanosuke, and he's bedridden, poor thing, which kind of made me sad because he's a lot stronger than that. But I guess that just goes to show you how strong this guy is. He didn't even bother to kill him.
At least he gets treatment from Megami.
Yep, Megumin. I'm happy that they didn't just kind of cast her aside. She's become literally like a part of the cast now.
I mean, she practically lives there.
Mm-hmm. Megabeats told her, she called her a vixen.
No vixen's allowed.
she called her straight up that no vixen. It's like, hey, you chill. You be nice to Kenshin.
I mean, she treats them for free. I mean, that's a pretty crazy deal, especially me being an American. I'm like, I wonder how that feels.
Well, she's giving people morphine, so well, she's not anymore, but theoretically,
even better.
Freaking, oh yeah, free Medicare in feudal Japan. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, especially what Kenshin had to suffer with the past arc, where he literally had a capitalist come and try to spread smallpox. It's just he had to get away from that.
Sure.
I want money, but they don't have any money. Well, fuck them. Just let them die.
I didn't understand the plan. I like the one scene where Hajime is drinking with his employer, the guy who hired him as assassin, and then he's like, "Hey, have a drink," and he's like, "I don't drink because when I do, I murder people." I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?"
I mean, hey, at least he knows his limits.
It's true.
I guess so.
He's a responsible drinker.
It's just that's why I wrote, like, you have angry drunks, crying drunks, whatever drunk, happy drunks, and then you just like, yeah, I just go on a murderous rampage. That's it.
That's one of those. Don't ever buy this man a drink. He won't pay his tab. He'll do something else.
What happened for him to find that out?
Well,
he just woke up. He woke up one day covered in blood.
His divorce.
Oh God.
He was just like, I don't like you, and you know what? I'm drunk enough to kill you.
You're within my range. He's just so he's extra edgy.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, but he has the strength to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already fought Kenshin before, and that was Kenshin, and like we had to make this a point. It's not that he just beat or he fought Kenshin to a standstill as Kenshin is now. Not saying that Kenshin is weaker or stronger than he was in the past. We don't really know that. I bring his past up just because Kenshin back then was willing to kill people. And he still fought him to a standstill. That's very important because now Kenshin doesn't kill people. So, and that he even thought about that within this episode. He's thinking to himself, can I really beat this guy? You know, still being able to keep my integrity as far as not killing people. He's actually worried about it.
Yeah.
So the stakes are pretty high for him.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an episode an arc that's really going to test his limits. Like, he may lose a finger. No, I don't think he'll lose a finger, but he'll definitely get cut up. Like, he'll get some slashes here and there, and I don't know. I mean, I think maybe it'll come down to teamwork to taking down this villain. Like, maybe Karu comes in and just goes, all right, gonna take you down.
Pulls out the Buster Blade. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I don't know what Karu would do, but I don't think fighting is what she wants to do against this guy.
No. She'll just do this.
I told Decrepit Storm last night. I said, that's a forever joke on this podcast now.
Yep. It's gonna happen. She's gonna go, Kenshin. Just blow him a kiss. And he's gonna get the strength of 10 men.
It probably will work on Kenshin. I mean, it worked on some people in Frieren, but Kenshin, I think it will work. Sanosuke will be one of those guys who's like, huh?
He just powers up.
My blade sharp. No, I'm not talking about the but yeah, I mean the episode was just hyping up this guy, the swordsman group of the past, who were the last swordsman to oppose the imperialists, and this guy Hajime being thought to be one of the strongest. Like I said, really just hyping up. That's what unfortunately Sanosuke was used for. He got put in a jobber role this time,
Not the jobber role.
Hate to be a jobber, but that's what he became this episode, just to show off how overwhelmingly strong he is. Because we know how strong. You have an idea of how Sanosuke ranks and compares to Kenshin. They aren't close, but they're. If Kenshin is at one level, Sanosuke is maybe like 2 levels, 3 levels below. Like it isn't crazy far, but there's a sizable difference. This guy though is able to just outright destroy him, one thrust of his sword. So considering that Kenshin's going to have his hands full, he's already fought the guy, made it. So with this guy having the mentality that he wants to kill him, I feel like Kenshin's going to lose. I think they're going to fight multiple times, but I just have a sneaking feeling Kenshin is not going to win that first bout at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for him. He might get some help from his friends, I'm sure. That might be the only way that maybe this guy gets defeated, instead of just Kenshin doing it himself. But other than that, I think they're about to kill your son, Satsuki.
No.
Oh no.
Nope. I'll drop it.
You better not kill Yahiko.
Nope. Come along. Leave him alone. It's my first and last warning. Leave him alone.
You have to pick one. Megumi or Yahiko?
I gotta go with my son, Yahiko.
Sparing the innocent. I see.
Yeah.
You are pure.
I'm wearing one. Why?
He may seem like a guy that likes evil women, but he's got a heart of gold.
My child. It was something else I wanted to say too. What do you guys think is Hajime's deal? Like, what do you think is his purpose? Is it just to fight Kenshin? I feel like that would be. I feel like I would have an issue if that was his only goal, because he's also seemingly he is in the government, and there's like a complete shift in where he was in the past and where he is now. And we don't know why he is the way he is now. But I feel like if his only motive was to fight Kenshin, then he would be just like the assassin guy that we already saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really figure out what he's up to, but there has to be something.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that we'll probably find out when they're fighting next episode. He'll have his backstory monologue and go, Kenshin, the reason why I wanted to fight you was because, and it will go into his whole backstory and stuff, I'm sure. But as of right now, I honestly don't know. I definitely feel like his motivations are for himself, whatever those motivations are, but I honestly don't know. Like, the only thing I could probably think of would be revenge for something, because if Kenshin was a killer, maybe he killed somebody close to him or something. I don't know.
I feel like one thing he could be trying to do is, like, I don't know, try to cripple the government from the inside out. Maybe use Kenshin as like a springboard for more power. He probably knows that Kenshin is close with some imperialists. We saw that one guy, I don't remember his name at all, but he was a pretty important guy that was high up there that Kenshin was friends with. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is trying to kill Kenshin for the sole fact that he would probably be the one in his way down the line for a bigger plan. But I'm hoping that his only goal is, or his main goal isn't just to fight Kenshin, because then it would make me wonder. Okay, so it's been from the time of that flashback. It's been well over a decade. What were you doing in that time where you could have been fought Kenshin if that was your one goal? You know, like he's already fought him before, so I don't know. But I think it's bigger than Kenshin for sure. Maybe he still has the heart of a revolutionary, still opposes the imperialist, but he's playing a long game. Maybe.
Well, any final thoughts on this episode?
Good episode.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's now get into, oh my god, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 episode Nobara's dead. I mean 19.
Gonna mute my mic.
I have to sit up for this. I hate being right. I fucking hate being right all the time. Like, it was just the way that everything was worded the last episode, the way it was perceived, and I saw Nobara, I'm like, fuck, don't tell me they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Yeah, they did. They fucking they did. And it's been a long time since I've seen something where I was legitimately pissed off after I watched it. Like, I watched this and was mad, and I had to get up and like stop watching my shows because I had like, I think Spy Family left or something. But yeah, it was not fun. And I'm okay when it comes to like deaths, especially of a character. But what I can't personally stand is the fact that you build up this great character only, for us to root them on, for us to be happy for them to be, popular enough to sell merchandise and all that stuff. And then you fucking just kill them off. Like, in a stupid way, too. Like, you do it in a way that's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like this whole Shibuya arc has been insulting to Nobara. First, she gets her ass whooped by Blondie McDickface, and then she does some stuff against Mahito and everything. Like, that stuff that happened, before she died was great. The smashing, and then even Yuji just getting in those punches. I was just like, yeah, get it. But just the fact where she was running and Mahito was switch, I'm like, oh no, what the fuck's gonna happen? Touches her face, and then it goes into this whole flashback thing. I kid you not, I was mad the whole time when that happened, because I'm like, why are we doing this flashback now? Unless something bad was going to happen. And sure enough, it was a stupid flashback that was the other half of the episode. And Nobara just says, I had a good life. What fucking good life? You barely even lived. You did 0 living. And you're going to seriously look at us and say, I've had a good life, and then die. Like, to me, that's just insulting, because I feel like that's just stupid writing. That's just for us to make it feel more impactful of the death. Oh no, she died, but she lived a good life, almost to kind of like soften the blow of her death. And it's like, no, it makes me angry, because all it does is just kind of I honestly feel like this was nothing more than just a death to kind of be like, ooh, Mahiro's a bad guy. Look at how evil he is. We already saw Nanami die, which, don't get me wrong, I was mad about that, but at least he went out swinging. He went out, did his thing. He was older. That's a guy that could say, I lived my life. Because he was kind of like that. That was his character anyway. Nobara? She would have never said anything like that. I mean, given the circumstances, yeah, okay, she's gonna say that to Yuji to kind of make him feel better, I guess. I don't know. I just did not like how they killed off, because I really love this character. Like, I feel like she was one of the reasons why I watched JJK, especially the first season when she does that thing to her arm and takes out the Blood Brothers. Oh, she was my favorite after that. But then they go ahead and they just do this shit to her. It's just, God, I hated it, man. If this was a kill episode, I would have killed it. Fucking, oh man, I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe they did that. Where are these other sorcerers? Where is everybody else? Why is everybody with their dick in their hand not doing anything? Oh my god. And okay, there's gonna be people say, well, they told her not to go back in. They should have done something. Do they have like 10 Jujutsu Kaisen sorcerers in this whole fucking Japan? This is an emergency. Why is nobody else coming here? But instead we have just we have one person to rely everything else on, but then when he gets captured, everybody else dies. This is the worst Rand school I've ever seen. So, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's just, I feel like this kind of ruined JJK for me. It just really left a bad taste in my mouth, and I did not like what they did to Nobara.
I mean, I completely disagree, but go ahead, Satsuki.
You sure? Because my rant is going to be long.
No, I'm totally fine. I'm the glass overflowing. That is me. Of life. Positive. Cute alien. Before the death.
I guess that'll work because this is definitely going to be a negative one. So I'm gonna piggyback off of EA's rant and kind of explain more why I dislike this. And I've been sitting on this for a couple of months since I read JJK. Didn't like it in the manga. Definitely don't like it in the anime. I may dislike it more in the anime than I dislike it in the manga, honestly. But okay, so here's my whole issue with the Nobara's death. I think first and foremost, you set Nobara up because we gotta be honest. Nobara was a character that was set up just like Yuji and Megami to be one of the three main characters in a format that we've seen in many other manga and anime. Like, let's not be dense. Don't say, well, we haven't seen Nobara fight anymore. Obviously, that's what they were going for. Like I said, we've seen this whole three pairing in so many anime and manga, especially shonen. Soul Eater, Maka, Black Star, Kid, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Bleach. Bleach less so because Bleach has a little more characters, but you could say like Ichigo, Orihime, Uryu, you throw Chad in there, whatever it may be. Nobara was set up to be one of those characters. A peer to Yuji as well as Megami, that was brought up around the same time. We saw Nobara, I think, in episode 3 of JJK in anime. That was her role. Now, the moments that she's gotten in the series doesn't really match the same level as someone like Yuji. Maybe Megami more so. But That's all to set the stage to show the potential of Nobara as one of the main characters. And kind of like what was the intention of her character. So we go to Shibuya arc and she's fighting Mahito. She discovers a way to affect Mahito because Nobara is just not as strong as Mahito. She was fighting the clone the entire time, so we can't use that battle as a way to say, oh well, she did great against him though. She was fighting the clone that was weaker, but she found a way to affect his soul, much like Yuji did in season 1. So when we get that moment, we may be thinking, oh, this is a good, okay, we have another weapon against Mahito, who's growing stronger and stronger and stronger in the series. We have something to affect him. Where does that go? Nowhere. She uses that technique on him once. She uses resonance once on him. That goes absolutely nowhere. She follows Mahito after he realizes that, shit, Nobara has something for me. Let me go run away. Let me regroup. He goes underground in the train station, subway station, switches with the other Mahito who actually has the ability to use human transfigure. Here's my problem with this moment. It wouldn't have, they tried to make it seem like Mahito needed to switch with the clone in order to kill Nobara for him to kill her with human transfigure specifically. My problem with the moment and how they framed it in the anime is it wouldn't have mattered if he used human transfiguration, a fucking bullet, a fucking blade, any weapon. You know why? Because Nobara stood there like a damn statue and he killed her. If you get in range to touch someone's face uncontested without them reacting to it, what does it matter if you use human transfiguration, a blade to the neck, a bullet to the fucking head? It wouldn't have mattered. She's literally stood there and did nothing. No reaction time towards it whatsoever. So the whole big brain moment from Mahito switching his clone from the original to the clone to use that moment is it has no real importance because of how you framed it, in which Nobara literally does not react to it whatsoever. So it didn't matter if it was the clone or anybody else. Literally, the clone could have just stood there in a blind spot, waited for Nobara to come downstairs, and then just attacked her from behind, and we would have had the same, not the same moment, because they're using the human transfiguration for her to stand there just like how Nanami did in the episode previous to have the moment to where she's has her flashback and all that. Basically a delayed death. That's what the human transfiguration was used for, just to have a delayed death, because he could have chose any way he wanted to kill her and it would have still worked because she just stood there. Now, when it comes to the thoughts of the aftermath of her death, why did you kill Nobara? For what narrative purpose did it serve? Is this supposed to be a motivator towards Yuji? I mean, damn, you already killed Nanami in a previous episode, which was supposed to be the motivator for Yuji. And then, it was a moment in which Yuji realized he had to internalize his feelings and not go overboard with it. So he learned after Nanami's death. He learned within the last episode. He learned what he needed to do, and he was actually doing good against Mahito. So then, this episode, you kill Nobara for exactly what? I've seen some arguments. I've seen some people say, oh, this was to show that sorcerers, like how dangerous it is to be a sorcerer. Did we not get that with Gojo being sealed? With Mei herself, we know how strong she is. Mei herself going, oh shit, if I didn't have my brother here, I'll be dead. With Nanami dying, with other characters literally just saying how dangerous the situation is. We've already got that has been instilled to us. Don't tell me that you kill one third of your main cast, that main trio, to make the point that being a sorcerer is dangerous. You can do whatever, but I just feel like that's not a good enough reason to kill a character of Nobara's like potential and caliber. What was one of the other arguments that people like to bring up? Because I already talked about Yuji. I don't think it needed to be a motivational factor towards Yuji. Even if you wanted to say, oh, it's used for Mahito to like EA said, like show how evil Mahito is. Literally, the last episode should have prevented Nobara from dying. That should have gave her some level of immunity, honestly, for the reasons that you would think that you would kill her. I can't see any good reason to kill her now. Maybe later for whatever, but now, after you already killed Nanami, the things that you would kill her for narrative-wise were already utilized with Nanami. So it feels like what you are using her death for is nothing other than shock value and emotional manipulation. That's it. And I don't like that.
I think EA's rant was actually longer by like literally a hair.
But I mean, I agree with that. This was nothing more than just a shocking death, just to be shocking.
My opinion is I think the death was rushed, and this is a fact, because Nobara died when she was introduced in season 1. She died in like episode 2. When episode 2 aired, that's when she died in the manga, if my memory serves me correctly. So it's been like this for a while.
Wait, Nobara died? What do you mean?
Nobara died in the manga when episode 2 of the anime aired.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so she's been dead for a while in the manga.
I didn't know this, man.
Gege Akutami, there's two things that he loves to do. He loves to rush deaths to fit with the anime, and he loves to not bring characters back. So, however, there is next episode, there is things that'll happen afterwards, I'll say that, but I thought the death itself was done pretty well. I thought the flashback was really good. I do agree with Satsuki, actually, of how she was standing just like a statue. Yeah, that's kind of, that could have probably been done better. Yeah, she was just sitting there like, hey,
I see this guy coming after me.
There's two of them. Wait, no. I don't know how to count to 2. Give me
Did I leave my keys in my car? I was just thinking about shit. Oh my god.
So I agree with that. I do also agree that it was definitely a shocking death for it to be a shocking death. However, I think the context around how it was paced is the worst thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is I like the episode in of itself in a vacuum, but I don't like the way that he rushed it. That's it. That's the only thing I don't like about it. You know, besides what Satsuki said too. Because I think if you built up to it a little bit more naturally, and you didn't try to fit it in with Nobara being introduced in the anime, then I don't think you would have gotten such a negative response. However, I will also say this. This is not the only time he does this. He loves to do this. I think this is the moment you're supposed to realize in the show that the heroes don't win. The heroes are not supposed to win in this series. The good guys are literally... This is kind of the episode you realize that That from this point onward, the good guys that you thought were winning really were just staving off kind of their ultimate destruction, which was relying all on Gojo and Geto, and how colossally that situation got fucked up and messed up. And yeah, like don't think from here on out that things are gonna suddenly get better, or it's like the heroes, you know, they're not gonna activate their Bankais and win. Jujutsu Kaisen is not that, and that's what the Shibuya arc is meant to do. It's meant to tell you Nanami, Nobara, Ijichi, even you know, even the crazy murderous characters like Haruta, Mekamaru. These characters, everyone's up to die. Like it's not one of those things where they don't pull no punches. Akutami does not care who he kills. He will kill anyone and anything. He killed Geto, for Christ's sake. So,
but he got brought back.
Well, his body got taken over. They locked Gojo up. He's not in the show right now. And that's what the Shibuya arc is supposed to represent. It's supposed to represent that, you know, this is not just a happy fun time shonen show. This is he's trying to do something more darker and more bleak, and I think it started with Yuji, I think, in this arc, and it kept continuing with Nanami, and then now Nobara, and I think she should die in the Shibuya arc. I just don't think it should have been as quick as it was. Like right after Nanami, you know, like you could have spaced that out, right? You could have got at least a couple more episodes, or at least one more, you know, have one long fight with Nobara and Mahito, and Yuji and Nobara, or Yuji and Nobara versus Mahito. That would have been pretty cool, you know? And I think the reception would be much better. However, what I will also say is I've seen a lot of the reception. People like this episode too. So I think as well, I don't know what it was. Because it was not as well received in the manga, as most major deaths are not well received in JJK's manga. Here's the other thing though. JJK manga fandom, kind of toxic, but that's a whole other conversation. Digressing. Yeah, I think we should have paced it out much better. That's the one thing that I don't like about Nobara, and I feel like Nobara is critically underused throughout the entire series. Even in season 1, I felt she was underused.
They didn't really give her time to blossom. I mean, when we finally got a chance to know her, she's fucking dead now. You know, I don't have a problem with big characters dying. This is coming from a guy that's watched Game of Thrones, where someone who I thought was going to be the main character of the series died in episode 9. And that's Ned Stark. I thought he was going to be the main character of the whole series, and he fucking died.
But there's meaning in that, though.
Right. And I feel like... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, with Game of Thrones, one of the criticisms in the last season is that, like, some characters for whatever reason weren't dying, and some characters were dying, and then we were just looking like, why though? It wasn't that you killed big characters. We're wondering why they are dying, because it didn't serve any purpose. You would think that characters that have been here for the long haul, or characters that you cared about, you developed a lot, when their time comes, for whatever reason, you decide to kill them, that it will have some meaning in the overall story or character interactions and whatsoever.
Correct.
I'll tell you right here and now. Nobara is mentioned 2 times after her death.
You're kidding me.
It basically has no meaning.
So,
to be fair, Satsuki, They don't have
Like,
time to mention her. Like they
they
go pretty
mentioned her
quick.
twice.
But that's the fault of the mangaka because it doesn't have to be this way. It is that way because that's how it's presented to us, but it doesn't have to be this way. Like Gege rushes so much. Like this is a problem not just with Shibuya.
Feels like he reads a lot of stuff. Like he feels like he reads Twitter.
It
And he
feels
wants to shock
me.
his fans.
I feel like, and this is my honest feelings on JJK, because he's cited Bleach as one of his influences. I think he likes Bleach. Like we've seen Bleach before. Bleach has a lot of these shocking moments. Like I always reference this moment where Alukiora, who from that point that we seen him is super strong. We see how Yami's strong, but Alukiora has command over him. And at that point, when we get introduced to Espadas who are numbered from 10 to 1, when we see Alukiora, all the fans are thinking to themselves, given his presence, his demeanor, and how strong he is, he has to be number 1.
Yeah,
Bleach has this moment where he shows his Espada number and it's 4. It's a big surprise to everybody. It's super shocking. I feel like he takes he has like the baseline shock factor of Bleach without the essence of why it's shocking in the first place or why it's meaningful in the first place. Because to me, if you wanted to kill Nobara for the sole fact of showing this is a war, these are curses, this is what can happen, at the very least, can you give me a more fleshed out fight with her and Mahito? I didn't even get that. Like I said, she affects his soul with resonance one time, and it is never talked about or utilized ever again because she dies the next 5 minutes, and then you have a flashback for the next 6 minutes or whatever. And in my opinion, while it does work to flesh out Nobara, given the timing of it, it just feels like more emotional manipulation to make us feel more sorrowful for her death. Now, that's subjective. You don't have to feel that way at all. I'm not saying that's right or not, but that's what it feels like to me, given the timing of it. Because, like, I mean, damn, we barely know anything about Nobara. That's my problem. You could have focused more on her, but I mean, what do we have? We have her big fight at around like episode 23, season 1. We have the little that we got in the Tokyo Kyoto arc of her fighting Momo, I believe. Her and Panda fighting Momo. We get her getting her ass whooped by Haruta. And that's it.
Yeah. Which is really a shame because I feel like they made a character that was someone that was definitely destined to be in the series for the long run. And I know I keep harping on this.
I'll say this, EA.
Okay.
Don't think that way about any of the characters anymore.
I don't know. I definitely know that, especially because the last episode Nanami died and I liked him. Yeah, this series has definitely skewed me for sure.
But I feel like with Nanami that served its purpose. That was a death. First and foremost, Nanami already fought Mahito, so we brung that back. I mean, him dying to Mahito wasn't even a fight. He was so exhausted because of what happened with him already fighting Dogo. I think his name, maybe Octopus guy. Him fighting Dogo, him getting messed up in that fight. Him fighting no. Damn it. Octopus guy. And then him fighting Jogo, getting burnt to a crisp, turn into Harvey Dent, Two-Face, then him fighting all those curses, then getting overwhelmed eventually. That is a master passing off his will to his student having to learn how to internalize his anger and not let it affect him in that fight, but it being a motivating factor for him wanting to kill Mahito even more, who already killed, because this happened before. It already happened with Junpei. They basically used Junpei in the same way in season 1. That was a motivation factor for Yuji to fight Mahito, in which he discovered a new technique and was able to fight Mahito. He had to jump him with Hanami, but again, a motivation factor. But what's the difference between what happened with Junpei and what happened with Hanami? A whole season is in between that time, an entire season. We have no breathing room in Nanami for and what happens to Nobara, if you want to think of it in that light of the purpose. There's literally one episode separating those two moments. One. And then it happens for like half the episode, she gets touched, and the rest of it is flashback and then her death. So I don't know. I feel if you wanted to do this, it needed to be a longer fight between Nobara and Mahito.
Mm-hmm.
You needed to develop Nobara more for it to have the emotional weight that it should have had. And I feel like it shouldn't have been both. It shouldn't have been both Nanami and Nobara to die in the same way. At least not to the same character, but I don't know. This death has always bothered me tremendously.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I have no problem with her dying. It's just, I think the execution, no pun intended, and just how she died is the thing that really bothers me. Because if they would have done what you said, Sasuke, did the whole establish her character better, showed her putting up more of a fucking fight, hell, go out swinging instead of standing like a goddamn statue, I would have had more respect for that. But because of just how just dumb I felt the way that she died, it just really made me mad. So I'll continue to watch this series. It's just been a while since I've seen a series that really made me just feel aggravated and upset over. But you know, I'm starting to understand, like you said, see that this is basically just a series of don't like a character too much because they're gonna die. Okay, so mindset of Game of Thrones from now on, and just
I would say
go into it like that.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but I would say it's. Oh, I say the Bleach compare. Okay, let's go back to the Bleach comparison because I think Bleach is a great way to get into. I think how Akutami does things. I think it's three things. I think he saw Bleach, and I think you're completely right, Satsuki. I'll add another element to that. I think he saw how none of the characters died, or very few of them died, and there was an ensemble cast, and he was like, well, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to kill them all, and they ain't coming back. And then there's another problem with Akutami, and I truly do feel this is an issue with him. I think he wants to subvert his audience.
Yeah.
For the sake of subversion, even though I think he has a good foundation to do it with this series. It's just his execution is all fucked up, and he's even admitted at times that he will rush characters' death because of the anime airing. That's why he rushed Nobara's death.
That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy to think.
He's done it with recent deaths. And once again, you guys are saying stuff that the audience has been saying for years. You know, it's not the fact that these characters are dying is a bad thing. It's the fact that he's rushing them for tie-in promotions because he loves to do that. And I think he's gonna look back and he's gonna really regret it. Because right now, I think he's doing it, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool! Like, I got my own anime and do my own manga, and everyone loves me." But it's a real missed opportunities that he's doing. And I think his best deaths in the series are Nanami and Junpei because they're well paced, they're earned, and I think Nobara could have been much more well received. Like I said, I like the episode. In a vacuum, I love it. I think it's pretty good. But, maybe, and I know this is really hard to ask, so I'm not going to ask it. I'm just going to theoretically throw it out there in a perfect world. Would it be cool to see, like, maybe the first episode of the series be, like, an anime original episode where it's just focused on Nobara or something? Like, just something, throw it out there, that makes this, because I think that would help solve and soften up the issue that a lot of people have. But I think as well, he reacts to his audience too much. And I mean, this is more of like a 50-50 thing. Like, I definitely could be wrong on this, but it really does feel like he goes on Twitter or 4chan or 2chan or whatever, in Japan, whatever forums of Japan, and I feel like he reads it sometimes, and he feels like he goes, well, I'll show you guys.
I'll kill your next favorite character.
Not like he's angry at his audience, but like he's playing God. He's like, well, let's see how they react to this.
He's a troll.
Yeah, like a troll, yeah. Or he's very playful in a very like,
Hee.
Yeah. That's what it really feels like. And like I said, I just feel like he's missing opportunities like left and right with some of these things. And I don't know how you do such a cool death like Junpei's and go, well, let's just not do that anymore. And like, we'll do it for like Nanami, but yeah, every death from now on is just going to be truncated. We're going to cut it short. That doesn't ever work. Like, in the long run, it doesn't ever work because people will look back and sort of, I think, resent you as a writer over time. I think for the most part, I think people are okay with this. Like, they're not happy about it, but, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, the fights are good. It's like what EA said. He's like, I'm still going to watch it. Because it's good. Like, you're going to get a good experience 9 out of 10 times. But that 1 out of 10 time is horrendous for many people. I mean,
it'll be fine, I guess. But it's just like that the character that you really liked is gone now. So now you have to pick somebody else who hopefully doesn't die. And then when that person dies, you're like, well, then why am I even rooting for any of these people now? It just seems like everybody that I like just ends up dead at one way or another, and it's weird.
it's almost like he's spiting himself in a way with the way he does some of these deaths and just in short some of these story arcs. Like, it feels like he's like he doesn't believe in himself enough to write a good story. Like, he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to do action. I'm going to do these cool fights. And we'll just throw out the story out there because, I don't know, maybe I can't do it. That's sort of what it feels like as well. It's like he has confidence and he's great. He's great at fight pacing and all this stuff. Dude's really talented. But I feel something's missing with Akutami a lot, where it really, really counts. And I don't know what it is.
Go ahead.
Well, I just don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why he does this.
Sababu 12 said I dropped the manga a little after this point. There's no point in investing in the series for me. And they killed my top 2 characters. They were killed off before we really got to know them. Oh, so is Nanami and Nobara for you? Yeah, that's definitely rough.
I mean, I love Nanami. I really like Nobara. And it just, I agree with that sentiment. That's a heartbreaker.
Babu, and okay, you said a little after this point. Okay, never mind. I wanted to say this is for anybody that's watched this anime. This like, I'm not saying it's to the same level, obviously, but this is one of the issues that was really prevalent within Akame ga Kill. Akame
I
Got
was
Killed was a
thinking the
series.
same thing.
Akame Got
Sorry.
Killed was a series like that
Yeah,
where
that's a good point. It's a good comparison, actually.
yeah, we have a lot of Night Raid. We have the death of Balot. Very very big presence in that series. A lot of character that everybody liked. That was one of the first death was
It was
Shilly,
the
I
girl with the
believe.
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah. Shilly, she was the first death. But I would say Balot was the death that truly impacted the fans.
That was a good death.
And at that point, nobody really had a problem with it. That was another situation, kind of like mentor figure, because he was the mentor figure for Tatsumi. Basically, passed it on to the MC. We understood what it meant. He inherited his imperial arms. Okay. Then later,
Oh God.
it's like, oh hey, here's Chelsea, here's
Oh.
Susano, here's Lawbuck, here's Leone.
Oh,
And they all fucking die.
The way they killed Leone was so disrespectful.
Oh,
So disrespectful.
that it gets overwhelming to the point to where it's just as a fan too, kind of like what Sababu was saying, like, damn, I mean, who am I really supposed to get invested in? Because the story, it has a story, it has a narrative, and it has a story to it, but a lot of it is also just character driven. This is the case with a lot of battle shonen. Like, why we're invested in it is because we want to see the characters grow and get stronger and have cool fights and moments like that. It doesn't work in a way where you can just kill those characters. Chainsaw Man kind of does it because Chainsaw Man is very unique. But you have to tell your story in a way that Chainsaw Man does it, where it kind of does like a whole overhaul of everything. JJK doesn't really do that. It kind of just changes the players and keeps the system in place. Chainsaw Man kind of reworks everything, the whole story, depending on who's
The whole
involved in it.
world, really.
Yeah. And then Denji's usually always there. So, I mean, at least you have a focal point. You could say the same thing with JJK, but not really, because the problem with Yuji is he doesn't really have like agency over the overall story. That's the problem with him. But
Sababu brings up a good point. I can sort of applaud Gege for doing something this shocking, but I'm starting to see why most series don't kill off characters that are part of the main group. Yeah, it's like, I'll say this. Gege Akutami, I think this is a bad thing. I think it's ballsy. I think it's brave. And yes, I do sort of applaud him for doing it. But he will kill off characters that are the reason his series are popular. And he doesn't care. He's like, oh, well, we just lost 33% of our readers or viewers or whatever. Whatever. Let's kill Nobara, too. It's like,
Okay,
that is funny, though. Like, you kill Nanami, who's... I know, like, people... A lot of fangirls come in here for Gojo, but, I mean, there's a lot of fangirls for Nanami as well. I'm pretty sure... I don't know if you guys have seen it. That whole thing of... a lot of the cosplayers...
They were calling him daddy or something?
Cosplayers were... You know, remember what Nanami did to...
He was doing the little
Haruta?
strut.
No. Remember what Nanami did to Haruta when he grabbed Haruta by the hair?
Yeah.
Like, there are like cosplayers, female cosplayers that are seeking out Nanami cosplayers that are asking for that same treatment, basically. And so there's fangirls for I'm pretty sure Nanami brought a lot of women into watching JJK. As conversely, Nobara was the reason I started JJK. Albeit for different reasons than those Nanami and Gojo people, but because I just thought she looked cool.
Yeah, she looks awesome.
Yeah, like she was a character that brought me into the series, and when I first read this in the manga, Nobara wasn't my favorite character at this point. Sukuna is my favorite character. Still remains to be my favorite character. I think he does villains really well, so I'll say that. That's one positive thing I say about Gege. The villains, practically have no complaints.
Yeah, you'll never see a villain done bad. He's like Vince McMahon. He loves heels.
Yeah. And maybe that's the issue. Because he wants to be one himself.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, the way that he acts, I wouldn't doubt that he feels like he should be a villain. If it was up to him and if this was an anime, he'd be Death Note. He would just be writing his manga, just, this person's dead now. Yeah.
And you know what? I think he could do it. You know, if only he like replenished the cast with someone to fill those shoes. I don't think he ever does. Like, has there been a character to fill Nanami or Nobara?
And yeah, you're probably right about that. That's probably a bigger issue because the way I've been arguing this whole thing for Nobara is because of how the story is already structured. But if he changed the story structure, then maybe it would be an issue. But the problem is it exists the way it does with no real changes. And yeah, there isn't really any of these characters to fill the void that they left. I mean, I feel like you could have gone on without Nanami, but losing Nobara, honestly, for me, is big and it's weird because I don't think she's that developed. But I do think there was so much potential, especially given that
Absolutely
how close she was with Yuji. Like she has that buddy comedy duo with Yuji. I remember one of my favorite moments in JJK being in episode 23 or 24 after they fight the brothers. And basically Nobara has this like long-winded monologue, but or not really monologue because she's talking to Yuji, but she basically the whole conversation is her saying that Yuji she usually doesn't care about anybody, but Yuji has now kind of swooped his way into being in her inner circle, and that was something that surprised her. Um and it was a great conversation, and I was looking hopeful for a relationship between first, like I said, this whole shonen trio thing's been done before, and one thing I always hate about it is that the female character is always linked to the main character in a romantic way. One thing I loved about JJK, Nobara, Yuji, no romantic tension or anything with those characters. That was kind of unique for this whole shonen battle shonen formula. You just had two characters who were just buddy buddy. The female character and the male character are buddy buddy. Great. You were doing good. It was kind of unique and refreshing in the battle shonen genre.
Yeah. I definitely thought Nobara had a lot of potential too. I've always said this about her. She's kind of like different than most anime girl protagonists. You know, instead of the short skirts, she's got a long dress. You know, she doesn't really dress sexy all that much. Everything's covered up.
Bro.
And she's badass in everything that she does, you know?
Gay doesn't want to do fan service because of his parents.
Is that right?
Bro, you know what's fucking awesome about Nobara's introduction is when she's introduced, she's like, "Oh, look at me, I'm beautiful. I could be a model." And everyone's like,
"Yeah,
no, you can't. You're ugly."
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I
That's
love
funny.
that too. Like
And
that,
that
I think
is-
that was the thing that really made me like her was the fact that she's so confident in herself. Even if other people say she's ugly, she's not ugly. She's not ugly by any sort of mean. But for some reason, I guess people think that she's ugly. She's just like, well, fuck you.
It's like
I'll
it's
show
like
you.
she's in a bizarro world. That's what it
Mhm.
feels like. Where it's like everyone. It's like one of those things where everyone's wearing underwear on their heads besides you.
I guess I'll leave it at this when it comes to Nobara because I feel like we've been on it a while.
47 minutes.
Wasted potential. Wasted potential. Nobara was a character that I personally feel like could have been well regarded, not just with the men but with the women. Just a fan favorite character, and I feel like she already is, or was, or whatever you want to call it.
No, she's one of the
People love her.
People love her.
But the fact that this is how we're going to remember her as now is upsetting.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with that. Yeah.
I love the first season. You see the cool fucking scars and everything, and just that evil, not evil, but just that smile, that like, oh, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker look, and then just with her technique and everything. Oh, love that. But now this is her legacy. Now, I had a good life.
I mean, it was pretty just cool power too. I mean, like the whole voodoo thing has been done before, but I mean,
Really
like
cool.
her weapon of choice, just I mean, hammer and nails from like one of your main casts, like that's something that you may give to some off-brand villain or something like that, but it's not
Right.
something that you really give to your one of your main characters. She was unique in a lot of regards. Like EA said, like the potential was there. I just wish this wasn't the conclusion.
Same. So sad. I
Yeah, I
cry.
mean, I was watching a podcast, a gaming podcast. It's called Defining Duke. You want to check it out. A couple weeks back, they were talking about the new trailer that dropped for the Jujutsu Kaisen game. And one of the co-hosts, it's ran by Mr. Matty Plays, and it's a duo, and it's him and Lord Cognito. And Lord Cognito, he's a fighting guy, right? He loves fighting games. That's his thing. So when he was he's talking about this, like, oh, I haven't watched anime since like the 90s. Like I used to be really into it in the 90s. I haven't, busy life, stuff like that. How's JJK? And he's like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's one of my favorite anime out right now. Manga's really good too. And he goes to the trailer and he's like, oh, this looks good. Oh, who's that? And then he sends a screenshot over, and the co-host goes, oh, that's Nobara. He goes, oh, I'm watching that. And immediately, dude hasn't watched anime in like 20 years. Immediately starts watching JJK just because of that character. That's how good her design is. Like it's not the fact that she's like, a hot anime girl. That's not it. Her design is incredible. JJK has a lot of great designs, don't get me wrong, but there's just something about Nobara and her attitude and her character and the way she's presented, and there's just something about it that's just so cool. Like it's like, I don't know, it's like liking Metallica. It's just, Metallica's a cool name, it's just cool. It's like Slash from Guns N' Roses. Slash is cool. Why? Because he's cool. I don't know.
It's
cool.
the hat.
The hat.
It's the hat and the glasses.
It's the hat and the glasses, and he plays guitar awesomely. And it's the same thing with Nobara. It's just a design that, it's same with Nanami too, actually, in my opinion. Exact same with Nanami. So, I don't know. I cry.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it here because talked about it for a while, but
Yeah,
I do agree with what you said, Sababu. I feel like the story doesn't give his characters enough downtime to connect with them. While I love Nobara and Nanami, it is mostly biased due to me loving their personalities. I agree. Some series I'm noticing a lot of with the modern shonen series, whereas Naruto and Bleach and all these other shows, whether it be in the manga or mostly the anime where we got filler and stuff, it's starting to look like those moments where we consider those series bloated because of how many chapters it was. Maybe there was a reason why it was that long. For one,
Yeah.
it just gave us more time with those characters to let certain things breathe too.
Yeah.
Because
Chainsaw
everything
Man's-
just feels a lot fast paced.
Chainsaw Man is great at letting things breathe, actually, but still keeping the pace up. Because like one of the most recent chapters of Chainsaw Man and EA, you're gonna this like insane. Is like 19 pages long. You can finish it in like 1 minute, and there's like 2 lines of dialogue, and it's great. I made a video on it. It's got like 20,000 views. Because everyone's
good,
like,
huh?
this chapter was fucking awesome. And it was like literally 2 lines of dialogue. And that's All you needed. That's the thing.
Wow.
That episode or that chapter was literally just like you look at it on the outside looking in, it's literally just like 20 minutes out of Denji's life. That's all it is. And it's great. And it's awesome. And I wish Akutami could do that. But he's so fucking good at fights. I feel like that's his crutch. Like I want some character development, you know? I want to see Junpei do some shit, you know? See Nanami kill someone. Wait, well, they already did,
kind of too late for that. They even kill the dude.
The Crepustorm say, "Yeah, I can't disagree with most of what you guys are saying, but I don't really have a problem with it personally. I'm actually glad that you don't have a problem with it. I don't want you to feel the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling like this, honestly.
No. And I'll eventually get over it, you know. It's just like I said, I'll continue to watch this show and see what happens later on. I don't know. I don't think I'll have high hopes for what's going to happen. It'll have great animated action scenes, I know that. But that's about all I can look forward to. And fucking Miwa's still alive. Nobara's dead. Let that sink in.
Useless Miwa.
Useless Miwa is dead, and should be dead, and Nobara is fucking corpse.
Yep, my
also
favorite.
Gun Girl. My.
Oh yeah, I love my. Miwa. My favorite thing about Miwa is that Akutami made Miwa just because he felt like it. All he wanted was a normal ass girl because he felt like it.
I don't know how her ass is. So. Is it normal?
Akutami's funny. He's really funny. I'd love to like interview him or something. Just be like, what would you do in this scenario?
Fuck did you kill off Nobara? That's what
He goes from like interview to interrogation.
Why'd you kill off Nobara?
I just start strangling him. Why, you little...
Not to me, I understand, but Nobara? Really? On the second fucking episode?
I don't fucking think the episode.
Watch your head explode.
Rips off the mask to reveal it's Fujimoto all along.
God. I mean, we don't know how Gege. I mean, do we know how Fujimoto looks? Probably.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling YouTubers. That'd be funny.
That would be.
That'd be worth it.
Worth going to jail.
Frieren, episode 13. Maybe we need a little pick me up. Maybe a little,
At least we get to have
kiss.
fun.
Yeah,
or some fun.
Yeah, we had some fun in this episode.
So Frieren has unlimited sex appeal. She is just the absolute sexiest character elf you've ever seen. So much so that the man who loves older women actually doesn't like her. She's got negative riz.
I love this because he said he liked older women. I already knew where they were going with that joke as soon as they revealed that. But it's also it's a funny thing within the show, but I also feel like it's a shot at some of the people, especially recently. Oh my goodness, that's been making fan art. Yeah, fan art of Frieren. They've been making fan art of Fern too. The artists, for whatever reason, are very horny for these characters. I have no idea why.
They don't give off a horny vibe.
That's the thing.
They don't present them in that in a fan servicey type of manner. Yet they still are looted by so many fan artists. I mean, it happens. Rule 34 is this: it happens with anything.
Remember
But-
when I showed you showed you guys the picture of Frieren with her feet in between a couple of buns and like a burger patty?
I think so.
I may have missed that one. Send it to my DM.
I will.
I don't want it.
I
Don't want
it.
Don't want it.
I had
Yeah.
one for Fern as well, where she was in a McDonald's and she was like flashing people her boobs, and it was like some dude was eating burgers or something.
What is with burgers?
This
Do
is
burgers
one guy.
and Frieren go together?
No, it's just this one artist that's doing it.
Please don't
Well-
tell me it's Hughes.
It's like some dude with the K in their name, like Kyle
Okay.
or something. Claw.
Oh, this Doorbird said it in the chat.
Oh, Burb's watching. Yeah, Burb. DM me those links if you got them. I want to send it to them.
Well, getting back to the episode, yeah, her sexy ninjutsu technique was ineffective against Sign, which I liked because he's like, yeah, I like older women, but I kind of meant like, a little more
Human.
bodacious, probably. I mean, I don't think the non-human thing is the problem. I think maybe like her being like 4 foot,
Right.
flat chested, very youthful face is the thing that really didn't turn him on. But who
Mhm.
knows? Who knows?
He's like, I like older women. I don't like extremely decrepitly young women.
I just like how what made it really funny was Frieren thinking, what, he likes older women. My time to shine. Ain't a woman older than me.
It's true.
She thought she was about to. She thought she was about to be like,
Burb in the last night in the chat said she was a cougar.
A mega cougar.
I guess so. I think she did definitely want to think that she was the shit in that moment. She hasn't really shown any like sexual urges, so I don't think she wanted to go after him. I just think that she wanted to be looked at as desirable to this guy. So like she pulls out, the he just go, what are you doing?
I love how the heart just didn't even make it halfway. It was just
It just faded.
it just died.
And then he said, someone please get this child and take her home. Oh
Yeah.
man. That was genuinely funny.
That was really funny. But it worked hard on Hemmel. He got knocked out. He was like dead in his
Yeah.
trap.
I mean, that tells you all you need to know about whether or not Himmel was in love or not with her, because
Absolutely.
with the other characters, with it working on them, I think what they're trying to show you there is those are characters that aren't used to romance or anything of that nature. Like, they're like pretty much like sheltered type of characters. So like them seeing a kiss or something like, oh, it's taboo. It's like almost as bad as holding hands.
Ooh.
But with him, the implications I get is that, he was in love with Frieren.
Yep. Absolutely. So, but he knows holding hands is the last thing you do in foreplay.
Yes, last base, home run.
Wouldn't it be like the first, technically?
No. Satsuki went over these rules already.
Yes,
It's hugging.
Oh, these rules.
Then the second one is
The
fucking.
true rules.
yep.
Then the third one, I think, is kissing.
No,
Or
that's
something?
babies. That's babies.
Oh, okay. We have babies,
Mhm.
and then home base. That's when you hold hands. That's when you know you've made it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Would you guys, if Frieren did the kiss to you guys, would your fate be sealed? Would you have no choice but to fall in love with Frieren?
I
Or would you
honestly
reject?
think I would, no joke, I would react in the same way that Sign reacted. I would have just been like, just in general, someone doing that in real life, if you don't know them at all, like if you had no connection to them, that would be weird. I think I would have reacted like that with anybody. I would have been like, what?
I'd be overwhelmed. I'd be like, like when EA in the first episode of KOA said he loved me. Like that would be my reaction.
I don't know what to do. You just break down like Toru.
That was a great episode. I remember that. I just remember the clip. You were just like, I love you too. You didn't know what to say. As for me, no, it have no effect on me. I've been there and done that. And if I was to see someone that looked like a child blowing kisses at me, trying to get me to join their whatever, I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going this way. You have fun doing what you're doing, and then I'd just probably just keep walking,
Oh my god.
ignore it.
Kenny said, "What is she a baddie though?" Again, I feel like I would act in that same way in real life if I didn't know them. You know, even like because even if they look great, like they fit my type or whatever, I still would be like, what? Me personally, I would be in my mind thinking, why did they just do this?
You would think it's a joke, right?
Yeah, I'm like, did
You'd
someone
probably
set
do
her
one
up?
of these. You'd probably do one of these. You'd be like,
Yeah, I would be like, okay, did
me?
one of her friends send her here to like mess with me or something? That would be my mindset if I did
Right.
not know this person that well enough.
Right. And Decrepit Storm, to answer your question, what would happen if Ladolina Blue see a kiss? His dick would explode. It would literally just explode. Just
No.
it'd be gone.
No. I'm normal.
Remember what happened to Peter Parker at the Thanos snap? That's what's happening to see.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
That's what he would do.
Too good, yeah.
Oh, there goes my dick. It just his dick just does what it does in Infinity Wars.
I hate this. I hate you all. You know what I'm gonna do?
Hold on, see. Wait, you hate us? I
I'm
have something
suing
that
you
could
all.
change your mind. I have something that could change your mind.
Oh, what is that?
How do you feel?
I don't know. Satsuki, you look good today.
Thank you.
You
Want to join my party now?
Looking. I think I do. Looking kind of cute.
Thank you. Well, it looks like I still have it.
I found the images.
I don't want them. Oh, EA wants.
Send them my way. Let's see. Whoa, that's so natural.
So natural. That's your reaction.
Well, yeah.
That is.
I mean,
it's a process to get these, by the way.
what the fuck?
It's just the most degenerate piece of shit made this.
Big Burger should be wider, not taller. Okay. She's working at McDonald's, holding up her shirt, showing her boobs. I don't understand the reason or logic behind it.
Oh my god, the Chainsaw Man one is so psychotic. Oh my god.
I might not want to know this one, depending on who it is.
Oh god. But it's still coming. That's what she said.
That's what she. Ew. All right, I'm moving back to the channel now. Oh,
Yeah, let's go back to the podcast. That boring
oh,
thing.
that.
Some of them are genuinely funny,
And I
but
thought Nobara's death was horrible.
no, this
Jesus.
this next one, you're gonna
No.
regret it. You're gonna
Oh,
regret. You
we'll
have
watch
to.
it. I have to see it.
It's yes. It's
'Cause
one of
this
those
one's
things. Yes,
This is disgusting.
it is the yeah. That one's for you, Sansky.
No, I don't want it.
Let me see this.
The worst part about this image is that it's true. That's the worst part.
Wait a minute. I don't understand this one.
Oh, you were sending it through podcast? I thought you were DMing him this.
Oh, no.
Oh my
He wanted-
god.
he
I
wanted
do
us
not
both
want
to
this.
suffer.
Yeah,
I do
he
not
wanted
want to see
us
this.
both to suffer.
Sassy, I think, is the only one who would sort of get it.
I don't get this.
There's
There's a Coke bottle and a tape measure. That's all you need to know at home.
There's more to that.
It's if it's what I think it is, it's basically a challenge to do your business in the bottle.
No. You gotta read it. You gotta read it. It says definitely too big. She's holding up measuring tape. That is like 4 inches.
Worse.
4 inches of the measuring tape, or like 5 inches or whatever. And then you
Even
have
worse.
Yoru, who's going to lift her skirt as a Coke bottle, where the image, the caption below it says, "Betcha you can't."
I feel like the one on top is worse.
No,
The
I think
sandwich
the
feed
Chainsaw Man one
was
is worse.
disgusting.
I
Like,
want to talk about the episode now.
I agree. Let's get back onto this. Come on.
Thank
Let's
you,
break
bro.
it down. Come on. Let's break it down, guys. Come on.
All right. So again, with what we get with this episode is basically Frieren using her past experiences not only to show off her growth, but to just to show off what she's learned from in the past, where Himmel was the person that may have broken out. She hasn't like explicitly stated, but from what we can see of her past, she was probably depressed after her master's death. We saw her at her grave, I believe. Flame, was that her name? I think that's her name, Flame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Flame.
So probably after her death, she was lost and had no desire to go on any adventures after her master died. So then you have Himmel come in there and, recognizing Frieren's talent and, probably liking her face and all this other stuff, wants her to join. And she doesn't want to, and talks about how she can't fight any monsters and basically how she's washed and all these weird excuses. And he tells her like, it's the present. You basically you need to move on. And these are the words that she speaks to Sign, who is going through a similar situation to where, and I feel like everybody can relate to this in a sense of feeling like your time has passed in a certain hobby or passion.
Yeah.
I think that's true with a lot of people. Whether it be because everybody has something that interested them as kids that didn't stay consistent into adulthood for whatever reason. Maybe you feel like you weren't as talented as everybody else, so you just stopped trying. Maybe you lost a passion for it, whatever reason. But the whole moral of the story here was it's not too late. It's not too late. And you never want to grow up with regrets. Especially, it means so much too because he's a human. Frieren was able to have enormous regrets and bounce back from it because of her lifespan as an elf. But finite time as a human. Once you get up there in age, then you really can't do it. You know, you don't want your can't to be I don't want to. And his can't is I don't want to. He's physically capable of doing what he wants to do, which is be an adventurer, but he's locked in the shackles of his own mind. And she got him out of it. Good callback to Himmel. I think good message to just in terms of relatability for the audience. And yeah, this episode was really good for how I don't want to say dark, but how serious it was. It still like had a good amount of comedy in it.
Mm-hmm.
Had
Yeah,
levity.
it had a nice balance. Fern was less man-hate in this episode, which is always good.
Well, she did throw his clothes at him when they got their clothes stolen. He was just like, "Here's your clothes."
Well, I thought that was the other guy that she threw the clothes at.
Well,
no, it was both of them.
Yeah,
it was at both of them.
She was even meaner to the stranger dude. By the way,
well,
holy crap!
Well, because he was a priest and she's very, I don't know. I feel like she has that prior experience with Hater and just, you know, you're not a damn priest. I love how she even said that. I guess Hater was a good priest in comparison to this guy.
There's a theory that out there that Fern is mean to Stark because she actually loves him. And
I can see that.
Yeah.
Those two characters, I don't know if anybody pays attention to Andy trends, but they like shot up as like one of the favorite ships. Honestly, I don't see them as like I could understand the logic, but I could understand the logic behind shipping these two characters, but I feel like the reason why they're being shipped is because male, female, same party. They have good comedy between each other, but I don't think it's ever been brought up in a romantic light. Like the only time they've had any real shipping bait between each other is the previous episode where she celebrated his birthday and gave him a present. Other than that, I mean, it's been pretty platonic in my eyes, so I wouldn't say these are characters that I ship, but I mean, I like their dynamic as is.
Yeah.
It could go in that direction, but
I think the reason it shot up though is I think it's because it's more of a meme. I think that's taken off as a meme, as Frieren has in general taken off as a gigantic fucking shitpost for many people. I think that's just one of the shitposts. Is that's why people ship them, is because it's like, oh, haha, Fern likes Stark because she's weird.
I feel like there are people who genuinely think this is this could be a couple. Which again, I see the potential in it, but it's just not there yet for me to be on that same level. Like there has to be like more instances of romantic interactions for me to get on board with it. For now, I just appreciate their relationship, and the way I view it, it's more like brother and sister. Honestly, yeah, that's just me.
No, I feel the same way too. I don't think it's anything romantic. It's a we're comrades. We're in the snow together, helping a lazy elf trying to go to heaven. That's literally the plot. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's like Denji and Power, or Nobara and Yuji. That's what it really feels like.
Too soon.
Can never mention Nobara again. I mean,
yeah, or hammers.
Nails, short haircuts. Nail. Where is my hammer?
Kenny says everyone needs a ship, apparently. Shippers will not rest until you are shipped with everyone. I'm sure there are shippers.
Sea
out there.
Tactics needs to ship the most because he's literally an ocean.
That's true. I do need a ship. I need to serve my purpose. I bet you there are crazy fans for KOA that are like, I ship Satsuki in EA.
There ain't no shippers for our damn podcast.
Or like C Tactics is jealous that Satsuki is gonna take EA away from him.
I mean, there are crazy people like that. There are people who like in real life ship in real life people, like not fictional characters. This happens. So
I would be surprised if there were shippers for our podcast. If anything, the only shipping I know is you and Vladilena. That's it. That's about.
I mean, okay. Well,
that's all the shipping I know.
I'm gonna. I'm suing both of you for libel. I'm suing you for both attempted murder.
Where's the attempted murder part?
I'm suing you both for Grand Theft Auto 6.
No, that already happened. That guy's dead.
And it's gonna be Mojito that's gonna do it.
I'll probably beat him. I won't stand there like.
I'll put his ass in a drink and call him a mojito.
Here's the thing. You guys are gonna be petrified because I'm gonna put your feet and submit. Can't move.
You're gonna be down swimming with the fishes with Guido and Luigi. And I'm going to eat this
on the day
sandwich.
of my granddaughter's birthday.
No, I shouldn't have ate that asparagus.
I'm sorry.
You just slash in the background playing the Godfather theme.
I need a cigar. That's what I need.
Ooh.
I need a cigar as a prop.
I need one too. Let's see. Let me find the equivalent of a cigar. A pen! It broke in my mouth.
Well, that was a
short-lived pen.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It's okay.
Now you got a mustache. EA, I mustache you a question.
Where can they find you? Well, I could just. Oh wait, that's we're one show too early for that.
Early, yeah.
False start. 5-year penalty.
False start. Pass interference. Oh wait, pick up the flag. Oh no, roughing the passer, even though he was in bounds and not on the sideline.
We're watching this game.
Yeah. Me.
Any other thoughts on Frieren?
Fern said the best quote ever.
Women.
Alcohol is the best medicine.
Ooh.
I feel like she's the degenerate in this group. She just doesn't want to admit it. Like there's something deeply dark within Fern.
She learned from the biggest degenerate, and she isn't aware of her own degeneracy.
That's true. That's
Yep.
true.
She secretly writes fanfics about people and writes giant boobs, draws giant boobs on people and giant dicks.
But she's like, it's like she's like, I must exorcise the evil spirits within me.
She just pounds her head up against the wall going, Bad Fern! Bad Fern!
I mean, how did you get guys feel about Sign? Did you like the addition to the party?
Yeah, I like him. He likes older women. I love him. He's a real one.
I mean, I'm neither like it or dislike it. He's just another person. Hey, we got to even it up. We had, 2 clams and 1 sausage. We got 2 sausages now with the party.
One for the bros.
Yeah. So at least Stark will have somebody to lean on because he's got the 2 women that just like, I hate you. Well, one doesn't care; she's always sleeping. But Fern's like, you motherfucker, I hate you. I hope you die. I hope your penis shrivels up and falls up and all that other shit. And then we'll have. How dare you have a penis? I have a vagina, motherfucker. But then we'll have him and Sign just going, women, am I right? Yeah.
I mean, I see potential in him shaking up the dynamics, bringing a more like first and foremost, like kind of like a jaded lens to things. Because Frieren seemed like that type of person in the beginning. But I think she's become a more like optimistic force. But he could probably see things in a lot of different ways, whereas like characters that are more naive, like Fern and Stark, may not see things. So I think he'll give us like he'll kind of like drag us down to earth the way an adult should in a series. Because Frieren is an adult, but she has a completely different perspective because of her being an elf and all the experience she's been through. Whereas Sign is not your average dude, but more in line with your average dude, and I think Frieren is. And he's a great priest too, so I mean they'll be good on the whole healing thing.
Yeah, I think he'll have a gambling problem though. I think that's his big thing. He loves to gamble. He loves to drink.
It's gonna corrupt Stark into being a
I
gambler.
feel like there was a third thing that he liked.
Older women.
Gambling, drinking, older women.
Oh yeah, that's right. Older women.
Well, smoking, I guess.
It might have been that. So he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Wait up, guys! Hold on, gotta finish this pipe." Because in fantasies they smoke pipes. You know, they have the long corncob pipes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because the wizards they have those pipes.
And the big business people in those series always do the cigars, the evil ones.
Oh yeah. They just put it right in there, just like, oh yes.
It is time. Time, y'all.
Is
The real main event. Spy Family. Season 2. Episode 9.
What's the Doorbird doing in here?
Hello, Burb. How are you? We've summoned you. Burb, tell us. Oh, great Burb, your knowledge. Namaste.
I'm glad I watched this after Nobara's death because this made me feel better.
You mean nails?
No. After Nobara's death. Yeah, I watched this episode and it was a joyous occasion. It was fantastic. A perfect end to the whole fighting. Well, I know the arc's not over, but essentially the fighting seems to be over because Anya came through in the clutch. Anya came through. I didn't think she was going to... She can't throw a dodgeball for shit, but she can throw a point. The pointy thing mommy needs to just, she barely got it over though, but she did it.
Rising Star. All right. Oh. I just like how I was changing colors and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great. And if she didn't place it there, those other two people probably would have intervened and maybe shot her in the ass again. But that didn't happen.
Maybe Anya has a different power. Like it's like extreme luck that like warps reality in her favor. Because for those guys to just coincidentally go right where she stepped or right where she threw that weapon, one guy trips, shoots the other guy, that guy falls, and then the weapon pierces his ass. That is pretty amazing.
She must have the same luck as I don't know if you've seen Deadpool 2 or know of this comic book character, but Domino. Her power is luck. She has literally luck on her side every time. And it's funny because there was like a crash happening and she was literally just walking through knowing she wasn't going to get hit. And all this stuff's happening on the road. It's so funny. She may be Domino's successor.
I mean, you could think of King from One Punch Man. He's also kind of in the same vein.
King is extremely lucky. Like he's done so. He's like, I'm about to shit my pants, man. I don't know. And then just people cower for him. But yeah, this was fun. This was great. We got to see the triumphancy of Yor, and Anya still showing that she's a smart cookie. She went into the daycare and totally slipped out from the daycare. Oh, ball. Oh, I'm bored, and then just left. Just left. Oh, I kid you not. If I was in that daycare and a kid left like that my heart's coming out of my chest. I'm like, oh my god, I lost a kid. I'm gonna get fired. I'm fucking dead. The father's gonna come back and he's gonna go, "Where's my daughter?"
Yeah, that'd have been terrifying.
But she found him, or she found her. She was like, "Where have you been?" I had to go poop.
Anya was running into everybody. I like where she ran into the one assassin with the glasses, and then she just says out loud, "Bad guy."
And then
What did you say, you brat?
right? It's like, what the fuck did you just say? No matter. Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, she helped in a big way this episode for sure.
Yeah,
She hard carried.
I mean, she affected both lines of the bomb plot and then
Yeah,
Yor's assassin plot, because I mean, she gives the weapon to Yor basically, which that the conclusion of Yor going, why was my weapon here in this guy's ass? Must have been the wind. That just he's so
I love that. I love how the sword like tumbles into the dude. Like that.
Yeah,
That's no way that can happen, but it does. And that's what's funny.
it's her luck. It's her luck
Yeah.
technique.
She's like the opposite of Fuko and Undead Unluck. Instead of her power being unluck, she just is luck.
Yeah, that would be a pretty sweet power indeed. But she did help with both. Lloyd came in clutch too, with him being, well, he was supposed to be on vacation, but he still saved the ship by defusing multiple bombs. And then he took the antique clock that the bomb was inside and just chucked it overboard, and that was a great scene too. I love how I don't know if he was a captain, probably just somebody on the boat, where he was just like, that clock technique, we're going to fucking die. I'm pretty sure we can replace it or get a replica or something. I wouldn't care if the, Declaration of Independence was there. It's going to blow up. Everybody's going to die. We'll get another one.
kind of just shows you how we're conditioned kind of treat everything with monetary value with more like delicacy than even live sometimes. How much do you want to bet that in the zombie apocalypse there would be people who are like literally stealing money?
You think so?
I
Like
think that
they
would
just
definitely happen.
I could see that. People would still be taking cash, even though money is not a thing anymore. At that point, it's anarchy. Every person for themselves. But I could see people. People would, you know what? I could see people taking cash literally just to say, "Look at all this cash I got." Throw it up in the air and just swim in it like a freaking snow angel or something. Just to say that they did it. I could see that.
But yeah, he saves the day and then he throws the bomb. Basically kills those other two guys. We don't really know, but considering that there were like sharks circling around them, they're probably.
Yeah, I think it was a Shark Week that week. It was time for them to get eaten. I mean, perfect
they had
timing.
a shark for each.
Yeah, it's like, would you like the one on the left or the one on the right? I don't know. This one is bleeding a lot. Enticing. Because that's true. They probably were bleeding. That guy was already bleeding. Blood attracts sharks.
So those guys are out of here. They got their just desserts.
Yeah.
But I think like the big plot thing in this episode was just the whole talk with Yor and Oka, where she thanks Yor, and it's an emotional moment for her.
Oh.
For one, I think the reason why it's like that is because I don't think Yor has ever been thanked for her assassin work. She kind of just goes about her job, hopes that she's doing good for, for humanity, basically. But I don't think, because she's an assassin, so I don't. No one's supposed to know that she's doing what she's doing, and her job kind of treats it as like very serious, and they're not really showing any gratitude towards her in that way. So to have Oka and the baby, who's not a baby, hug her and thank her.
It's not a baby.
I think it was a very emotional moment for her and why she reacted the way she did.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty sweet. It was a tender moment. She was just like, first time in my life. How sweet. But now she's gonna have to explain that gash.
Does she?
Well, I guess if she wears something over it, she doesn't have to. Like, I got a new tattoo. I don't want you to see it yet. Then she'd have to really go through with it and get a tattoo.
It'll heal.
It just give it one day. She'll be completely healed. She won't be able to go in the water. Yeah, this is a gun. Well, that bullet to the ass though did incapacitate her for a while.
Yeah.
Even is not bulletproof.
I'm trying to think, did she ever get that treated?
I don't know. I mean, the next day she was, because she was totally fine after she drank
the poison,
pufferfish poison, and was like, "Oh, great, yeah, this is lovely." And then the next day she was hurt again, and that's when Lloyd was like, "I don't understand women at all."
Do you think?
And I was like, "You and me both, am I right? Women.
Do you think Yor can survive Frieren's kiss attack?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Absolutely not. Remember how she reacted to Twilight going for a kiss?
That's a good point.
You're
yeah.
right.
She literally kicked him into the ceiling.
Well, she kicked him. I feel like she did harm to her brother too, a couple of episodes too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Yuri was just like got hit, and just being stupid, spinning around like a fucking dreidel.
Yeah, when she shows love, she like hurts people. Remember when she hugged Anya? And Anya like nearly split in half.
Let me go.
I just think that's her character. Just like how she can't cook, but she's like an assassin and literally kills people. I think that just kind of goes hand in hand. Just like with the love and affection, she wants to show it, but she'll accidentally kill. I think that's just all she knows is just killing. She needs to tone it down just a little bit, and she won't be as ruthless. And I think after this episode, she's probably going to be a little more delicate, but just like a minute bit. I think she's still going to be heavy-handed and breaking shit and stuff, and scary. Like unexpectedly scary. She'll have her faces of just like, kill bitch. And it's like, oh.
Oh no! Decrepit Storm says the real question is if Yor uses the kiss attack on Yuri.
Oh my god.
I don't.
Yeah, if Yor used the kiss attack on Yuri would, and I'm saying hopefully, his heart would stop beating.
Yeah. Probably.
It would be out of his chest, and then it would grow wings and then fly away, and Yuri would be like, "Ne-san."
Oh, here.
And then that would be the end of his arc, and everybody would just applaud heavily, just like saying, "Oh, thank God, he's fucking dead. I'm so happy."
he's blasted away, and he says, "Team incest blasting off again."
Ding! It's like a little ding at the end. Oh man, but yeah, this was a fun, nice little, neatly wrapped episode. I did like at the end how Lloyd was referring to Anya and Yor as his family, but then he kind of was just like, "Oh no, this is part of the mission. They're not family. They're just they're pieces. they're pawns to a piece."
Becomes Homelander, becomes delirious with confusion.
I don't understand. Is she my mom? Nah, fuck it. I'll just melt her with my eye rays. Fucking
Jesus.
weird.
Show's crazy. Any other
Yeah,
thoughts?
tell me about
Any other
Any other
thoughts?
thoughts?
I'm like Anya. Any other thoughts on Spy Family?
Here, Mama. Here's your little pokey stick.
Oh, she called it a stabby thing.
Yeah, mommy stabby thing.
Yeah, Anya's pretty great. Pretty great.
Yeah, that leg can do some damage. Poor Lloyd. He was just like, oh my god. Where did that kick come from? How he hasn't discovered that she's superhuman yet is just beyond me. Like, I would have noticed it the first time she fucking stunned a cow with her fingers. I would have been like,
maybe he just thinks that's how women are. I mean, maybe
poke
like
their fingers to cows.
I mean, think about it. One of his partners or his co-highs is Frost, and she's like superhuman too. So maybe he just thinks that's how women are.
You know, he's gonna find out that something's up with Yor, but not because like she's gonna tell him. It's because one day he's gonna accidentally see her naked, and he's gonna be like, "You got a gunshot wound in your ass, and you have a gash in your boob."
That one.
What happened?
Those wounds 100% are not showing up again. Like, she's gonna heal like a cartoon character.
Yeah, freaking A. But yeah, the next episode I'm guessing is gonna be on the little more light-harder side, unless there's some assassins that lived and want to try to kill. But it looks like they're doing the part of the cruise where they're going to the beach and they're just gonna relax. That's where Lloyd and Yor and Anya are finally gonna be together. It'll be a sweet moment, just like, oh, I missed you. Nah, it won't be like that. It'll be nice, though. It'll be nice.
Well, it's time to decide. Killer pass.
I forgot. Oh my god. You know what? I'm sick of the show.
Says only praise.
Week after week, everything is just great. You know, great character. It took forever to get here, but it's fantastic. The last episode before this was probably one of the best episodes of Spy Family. I mean, it has to be down from here, right? I mean, nothing else gets better from here. So, like, what's the point of even continuing to watch, right? And if that's the case, I'm passing.
Oh. Well, as for me, this is basically the conclusion of this boat arc, as we call it. It's probably my favorite arc in Spy Family. So, happy with how the anime presented everything. Had a perfect blend of comedy, action, and just character focus. And even though it was on Yor, I think Twilight and Anya did a lot to contribute. So they weren't lost in it too. This great arc, great episode. Obvious path.
Hey, I passed it too. I love Yor. Yor is best girl. I call dibs.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're gonna die in like 2 seconds.
Worth it.
She gonna hug you, and then your spine's gonna fold in half.
I'm okay with that. It's a fate that I've come to accept. And,
I don't think Vladilena will like that
at all.
I will have Yor behead Vladilena.
Oh, damn!
Because the allegations, they've been false. I've said it consistently. I've even sued you guys. There's only one move.
What if Vladilena heard you say that? She'd be heartbroken.
Yeah. Can't joke like that.
I know. I mean, I know she's the girl you like and everything, but come on, man. No decapitation, man.
Viewer questions.
Questions. From KOA, bitch.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, man, gonna make it going to the park now. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty good.
So I was walking down and I saw this guy, and he was just going crazy, and I was making a threat. You're gonna fight, man. You gotta fight.
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got this fucking big, just all kinds of just amazing stuff. I'm gonna make it. You Adrian? I did it!
Can you say you're better than that in that voice? Please, I need it.
You gotta understand that when it comes to fighting, you're better than that. That's what quitters do, and that ain't you. No, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna masturbate. And then after that I'm done, you're gonna come home. We're gonna have some free pizza. Right?
Oh, my stomach.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you guys like that.
Okay.
No, that was great.
What should I get C? Okay, first question, what should I get C for Christmas? Oh. A Vladilena body pillow. Vladilena bathwater. Oh my god, at least it's finally something different. It's not Vladilena. Frieren's potion so he can use it on Vladilena!
That's a good question, actually. Let's see. Body pillow is very practical. Bathwater, it could be fake because they could have just got it from like some spring or whatever. Those things are fake. Frieren's potion so I can use it on Vladilena. Because you know what Frieren's potion does, right?
Yeah.
It just removes all the clothes. So, I mean, a pillow, bathwater, potion. I have to go with potion. That has to be the sensible option.
Thing is, I feel like C would be satisfied whether she has clothes or not. I'm leaning towards Mm. Body pillow.
I mean, he could always hold her at night with a body pillow.
True. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the body pillow.
Okay.
Do it.
I think. All right. Body pillow at the PO box listed down below of Sea Tactics address. Nothing but Vladilena body pillows.
What is the worst trope in anime? Lolly? Person interrupts love confession? Or incest?
Oh God.
Honestly, these are pretty bad.
They're pretty bad, but I think one just jumps off. As annoying as person interrupting love confession is, incest is just morally wrong, and I fucking hate and it's because animes do it. You know, they always do the whole, Nesan on each other. It's just annoying. Lollies, I want to just rip their fucking heads off, but incest is just terrible. Like, I think we can all agree that just any kind of trope where the sister and the brother end up doing it is just no. I'm out when it comes to that. I'm looking at you,
Let him
domestic
cook.
girlfriend.
Let him cook, EA. Gotta let him cook.
Cook what? What is he cooking? A filet mignon ass?
Just saying. Oshinoko got the formula. You just gotta let him cook.
No.
I feel like I'm gonna go in a different direction here and go with the person who interrupts love confession. But here's my stipulation though. If incest is like literally the focal point, then I would go with that just because I don't want to see that. But because a person interrupting love confession is so cliche and so annoying, and it's the bane of every romance series existence. Incest, I've seen it before, it's even in Durarara. Like it's there, but it's not really a focus. So I kind of I won't say ignore it, but I kind of just shrug it off. Like I'm kind of like, this piece of shit, whatever, because it's not a focal point. But if it's a focal point, like whatever that Oremio, I think that's the name of the anime, then then that would probably be the biggest problem.
I'm gonna go with Lolly. Incest pretty bad. People interrupting love confession. Just, I want to like literally when that happens, I literally want to like break a table in half. Like it's one of those like you stub your toe moments. You're like, ah shit. Like it's one of those things. However, Lolly, there's nothing that I can ignore incest because I don't watch anime with incest in it. You know? That's an easy one, right?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Person interrupts love confession, annoying, right? But usually I'm also not watching those kinds of anime. Like, why would I set myself up for those two things? Lolly, though, now that is evil. Because they put a lolly, and they will put a lolly in a great show. They will do it. It's like a tactical nuke. You think it won't happen, but it's there. It's gonna drop. That guy's camping in the back of the map. He's got a 24 kill streak. He's in the chopper gunner. He's got the Harriers up. He's got the Claymores. Scavenger. AE-12. He's got it. That's the lolly. Most annoying shit ever. Ruins everything. I mean, God. Alien lolly. What was the point? We didn't need that. We got it.
I was the one that called it from the beginning that it was an alien, too. Oh, fucking Alien Lolly. A classic, but a terrible show.
Anyone remember Nell from Bleach?
Yeah.
We didn't answer that.
And then she grew into like an adult and had like gigantic boobs. I remember that.
I could never see her in that light because I remember like her her old personality. I was like, Kubo, no.
Lollies are the worst. We got to get rid of them. We got to systematically eliminate them. One by one.
Also, Kenny, I don't think Tatsumaki is a lolly. I don't consider her a lolly. Would you consider her a lolly?
No,
she's a hybrid.
I consider her more of an adult, just that's really short.
Well,
that's all.
Yeah, that's who she is. She's just a short adult. She's got the high pitched voice and everything, but I wouldn't consider her a lolly. But yes, Kenny, to the other one, Made in Abyss lolly. Yes, those are. Well, those lollies too. They're just like little kids.
No, they definitely have some.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They're
you're right.
lollified,
there are a couple of lollies.
There is some weird stuff with Made in Abyss, as we've discussed prior.
So. Like the butt looking toilet.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's so gross.
We don't need them.
New season. Oh, fucking Ma. I forgot about Ma.
Day. I was like, what would Ma do in this situation? And I went, oh, he just go, Ma.
Also, Ma's dead.
Mom will never die. He will live on forever.
Ma is up there with Nobara now.
I don't know.
Ma is gonna greet. He's gonna greet. Nobara's like, what the fuck? What are you? And Ma's gonna go, Ma, and but he's gonna do it majestically and send her soul back down to her body.
Ma.
And then she's gonna come back as punished Venom Nobara with an eye patch.
RW6 says Tatsumaki's shorty, but she's not stacked. Is?
I mean, she may not be stacked, but she got curves where it matters.
Murata is a very horny guy.
Well, he's a fantastic artist. I think we can all agree.
Yeah. But he's also a very horny guy.
Some people say horny. I say tasteful.
EA.
What's up?
I must ask you a question.
What are you going to ask me?
Where can they find you? Where can they find you? What do you say? I don't know what you're saying.
I said I can't hear what you were saying. You gotta be up.
Where can they find you?
No, I said Zoom. Can't hear me.
Where can they find you?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, you can find me over at Everything Animated. My channel doesn't have any new videos yet, but what I lack in new videos on my channel, I more than make up for my Twitch. Guess what, everybody? I have a new video on my Twitch, and that is the Danganronpa series. I started it yesterday, exactly. And Sasuke, the big follower, was watching me play, and it was super fun. It's different. It's kind of like a light novel, but with more interactive buttons. It's super fun. That what I've got from it so far. Funny thing is, someone tried to spoil me last night, but Sasuke kicked their ass. I totally, I was trying to read it, but at the same time I was like, oh, this is probably an asshole that's trying to spoil it. But anyway, didn't let it get to me because I forgot the name of it, because I just barely learned these names or whatever. No, Kenny, I didn't stream for only 30 minutes, motherfucker. I streamed for 3 hours. And it's up there if you don't believe me. Speaking of which, I'll get the link for that. While I'm looking for the link for that, you can also check out this here link, and that is said Patreon. The King of Anime Patreon, If you want more content, which we'll be having one coming out, I'm pretty sure this month, it is only $1. For $1, you can't really get much for $1 these days. I mean, you have streaming services that are way more than $1, and you don't get the content that you usually did back in the day. Netflix, forget about it. Things come and go all the time, man. If you are interested in this here X/Twitters, you can go to that as well. That is a fun one. Okay, I found my Twitch. Here is my Twitch. So for any of you that haven't subscribed to my Twitch, my God, come on. There you go. Go to that as well. A lot of places to subscribe to, except for my YouTube channel. It's all good. But yeah, I'm going to make it a thing to... Oh, Kenny, I didn't know that was you. Now I know that's Kenny. That's good to know.
That's Kenny?
Yeah, apparently so. I didn't know. I thought he was one of your friends.
Yeah, did you not know that Kenny backwards is in Elias?
It is not even remotely close to that.
Maybe I fucked up really bad with the alphabet, but I don't think that's true.
I mean, even if that was backwards, that's Saul. Anyway, so yeah, subscribe to those, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Twitch, and please give me a big old hug when you do. And smooches. And not the Frieren kind, because I don't pass people out doing that.
Well, Satsuki, it's up to you.
Boy, Satsuki the Savage. You can find me on Satsuki the Savage YouTube channel. Satsuki the Reactor, Satsuki the Gamer, where I upload my VODs on Twitch. And speaking of my Twitch, you can find me on Twitch, Satsuki the Savage with a DA, not a THE. Where I am currently playing Fire Emblem and Persona 5 Royal in the Royal content. So past the vanilla content with Persona 5. Having a lot of fun with Fire Emblem, progressing really smoothly in that story. I don't want to put that game down. But yeah, having a fun time. But we are definitely tapped in for EA's playthrough for Danganronpa. So yeah, whenever he plays that, just know my stream will be cut short in favor of watching him play that. But those are my channels you can find me on. I really need to get back to my main channel, upload some videos, like actually like not dredge up my ideas, but just put my ideas into action that I already like formed. Yeah, get it popping. But that is about it for me.
Well, as for me, tomorrow, new Chainsaw Man chapter coming out. Cover that on my Bento channel, which is my second channel, as I do every time a new Chainsaw Man chapter drops. As well, I uploaded today a community tab post. Well, I didn't upload it. I posted a community tab post where I detailed all the videos that are coming out in December. But so if you want to go check out the full list, you can there. But this week, I have a, all on top of the main channel with the Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. I am doing a kind of a Attack on Titan One Piece cross analysis, which I think is going to be super interesting. So definitely be there for that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this week for me. But once again, I implore you all, go check out that community tab post if you're interested in what else comes next. So, but with that being said, great podcast, everyone. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Johnny.
Later.